Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of Pyre. This is our, as you can tell from the name of the episode, our second episode, and I had a really good time in the first one, so we're going to pick up right where we left off at the Cairn of Ha'ub. The next rite is the Pit of Mythale, and we've done 3 rites so far. This is the first time I'm seeing the load screen, so we have to go down here. Also, in episode 1, the title screen there didn't have any tune to it at all, and this time it sort of had a harpsichord thing going. I wonder if that title screen is going to continue to evolve as we go through the various rites. Come dawn, you find Hedwyn and Jodariel, who's blinking, by the way. She's a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving there. Did we not read about Jodariel? Anyway, come dawn, you find Hedwyn and Jodariel assessing the current situation with the minstrel. Are you most certain? Aye, madam. I make no claim the journey shall be pleasant, but it is necessary. Hedwyn motions to you as they continue talking. Seems we'll have some work to do once we arrive in Flagging Hands. Let's get going, as soon as you're ready. Sooner we get there, sooner we can leave. I've already read about Flagging Hands, a gloom-filled, desolate region of the downside, beyond which lies the sea. A fetid sprawl of noisome, festering, unpleasant adjectives. Basically, a disgusting swamp pit. Okay, onward to Flagging Hands. Let's hit it. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Nope. Hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope that you've had a great Saturday so far. I've certainly had an uneventful one, which is right where I wanted my Saturday to be. But I hope you're having a great weekend. It's really nice out here, too. Like, really nice today. I think tomorrow is supposed to return to hot and humid, but today was great. Let's live in the moment. So, again, I don't think there's anything for us to look at in the Black Wagon, but I just want to see real quick, like... I haven't quite worked out when... I know that when there's somebody to talk to, it brings up the speech bubble. We did work that out, but like, there's nothing else here, right? We just go? Okay. Consider how to proceed. The Flagging Hands region has an oppressive air about it. There has to be a path forward. So far, so good, says Caroluna. Not that there's anything left of the Saturday. The Flagging Hands region proves as dismal as Jodariel indicated. The air is thick and foul. How far to the Pit of Mythale? All the way to the marshlands on the coast. Reader, would you join me in the wagon for a moment? We have matters to discuss. Jodariel and Hedwyn exchange looks. Then she turns to you. Go see what he wants. Everything says to me that first J should either be a Y sound or a very soft, like J, like a super soft one, but no, we've heard it said now. Thank you for your time, reader. I have something for you on behalf of my client. Before you is an artifact known as the Beyonder Crystal. It's an ancient artifact connected to the rites. Should the reader manage in your eyes, present the crystal only then. Message to the lone minstrel. You observe a shimmering crystal of some sort beside the Book of Rites. As you have surmised, the triumvirates you are to confront during the rite shall stop at nothing to prevail against you. They have prepared for this for quite some time. The Beyonder Crystal may help ensure that you are well prepared in turn. It is a resource now at your disposal to be used at your discretion. Gaze upon it, and you shall see what I mean. The Beyonder Crystal, henceforth you may use it. It is calling you. Okay, let's do it. A shimmering crystal inscribed with glyphs beyond your understanding. You look upon the shimmering surface of the Beyonder Crystal. Some of your senses fail. I was gonna do a joke that as soon as you gaze into it, you immediately go blind. Some of your senses fail, though you retain a hold over your consciousness. An apparition appears before you, clad in the raiments of the rites, but incorporeal. I sense that you are not a total idiot. She reaches for the clasps on her masks. So, the Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? You must be their lovely reader. Please call me Sandra. Sandra is a wraith, expelled for eternity within the Beyonder Crystal, and bound to serve the rites. She is unseeing, by the way. Oh. We met briefly before when you first beheld the book, when you were stuck inside of it. I was among the phantoms your camp companions banished there, no doubt stroking their egos. You listened well enough to that damned voice. Now, I suggest you listen well to me. I am bound in servitude to you, along with any idiots whose freedoms happen to be intertwined with yours. I love that the number one leading indicator of idiot is that their fates are intertwined with me. I know the rites better than anyone. I soon can whip you into shape, but if you take advantage of my services. First, I offer scribe trials to those friends of yours. If they can pass, it shall be worth their while, and yours. Sandra's series of special challenges, custom tailored for each of your Okay, yeah, I'll do like challenge mode, sure. Secondly, my Beyonders. My Beyonders and I avail ourselves for practice rites, should you be so inclined. Spectral Triumvirate. The Beyonders are a spectral triumvirate banished for eternity and trapped within the rites. Practice rites are no strings attached, training competitions between your fellow exiles and Sandra's Beyonders. Oh, Sandra's Beyonders. I get it. It's like some alliteration. Or you could always come and chat and briefly free me from an eternity of boredom, You have invoked Sandra from the Beyonder Crystal. What do you wish to do? Well, a scribe trial, I would say. Choose an eligible exile to brave one of Sandra's challenges and earn a unique reward if they prevail. Well, first of all, though, but let's have a conversation. Hello to Samalander, who says, #Angel makes challenge modes look easy. I so rarely do them, though. Like, that's very kind of you to say, but I make them look easy by not doing them. Okay, so let's chat with Sandra. I do appreciate the effort to make small talk with me, reader. Anything to break from the monotony of staring at the void within this place. Not that I could see it if I tried. I would go mad. I would go mad in an hour. I honestly don't even want to think about it. She laughs at this, or maybe at herself. Certainly, I could make talk with my fellow Beyonders, trapped here as they are with me. You might expect that we would all keep each other company. There's just one problem there, however. We're all sick of one another. She laughs again. Perhaps not at her joke, but instead at her predicament. Oh, it's super funny, too. I do exaggerate to some extent, but there is a certain truth to this. We have been stuck together long enough that we have grown more distant rather than more close. But I had best not wear out my welcome with the likes of you, as I have long since done with all the others here. So carry on for now, and if those fools with whom you travel learn something, come bring them forth to me, and I shall see to it they learn some more. Okay, I have a bet. I have a gamble on how this works. Not a real wager, but I bet that for every level you go up, like for each new tier of enlightenment, you get to do one of these. That's my guess. Because when she says, let me know when they learn something. Okay, a scribe trial. Indeed, it looks as though one of those failures of yours is ready for a lesson in pain. Choose among the worthy. Oh, wow, that shut me the hell up. Because, yeah, the only person that's eligible is... Wait, I got it. Ruki. It actually says it on the screen. Now, why is he eligible and no one else is? Maybe it's just, like, to get you started. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Ruki. What, the loudmouthed cur? Well, I suppose that he is ready, technically, though I have a litany of reservations about him. But let us bring him forth. Soon Ruki appears in heed of the summons. Sister, why are you looking at me like that? Wow! Curs such as Rookie Greentail are exceptionally quick and nimble in the rites, though tend to deal less something something. I think it was energy damage to the pyre. Alright, what's the big idea, huh? This some kind of trick you're playing, sister? The apparition of Sandra then appears and unfastens her mask. Shut your snout, you sniveling, and listen well. Wow, where did I pull the word sniveling from? What's not even on the screen? Wow. Shut your mouth and listen well, cur. You answer to me here. What? Your mouth runs quicker than those stubby little paws. You have much to learn if you have any intent to prevail in the rites. Let us see how you fare without the benefit of your trusted comrades. Save for your lovely reader. I guess it's you and me then, huh, sister? Wherever you are. Oh, is she invisible? Oh, no, she's not. Wah. Sure, no problem. Okay. Oh, these are impassable, just so you know. Okay. Huh. Okay, so yeah, when his stamina's down, that's my cue to move. Oh, he's got way less energy, or sorry, the enemy team has way less energy than I do, so yeah, I just gotta sort of like bait him out here a little bit. Samlander, I hope you also had a great day. I got a chance to hang out a bit during oh boy, farming sim today. Okay, I thought I'd fake him out by like jumping over the barricade, but no such luck. No, okay. So here's the good news. Okay. Sorry, what was I saying about good news? It seems to have slipped my mind. Back off, buddy. When they score, now there's only one of them. Bark! Okay. Okay. Out of land. Apparently we get like 15 apiece. Oof. Their auras are gigantic. Man, I tried to, like, I knew he was gonna rush. Wow, okay. Let me just grab that. Thanks. Nope. Okay, one more. Carolina likes, it sounds like Ruki's voice. I'm trying to like make the voices that I do sound at least rather similar to the voices, the little like voice clips that you can hear of them. Okay, so now we get to find out what we got. I really like the idea of these rites. What are they called? Like the challenge rites, because every character has different like movement and speed and like different capabilities. Remember the bug guy who can like fly and stuff? So I want to be comfortable with controlling each of them. That's how we do it, right, sister? It is. And you acknowledge, likewise, that you did not do it on your own. Despite having to face my demon friends all by yourself. You passed my test, Cur. Congratulations are in order, both to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Oh, was it? Oh, the voice for Samalander. Okay, sorry, for Rowan. Got it. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I got a chance to hang out a bit in Samlander's D&D stream, but we were also sort of like watching a movie around that time, so I didn't get to see as much of it as I would have liked. That Sandra guy kind of gives me the shakes, you know what I mean, sister? Hey, what's that you got? You received Jomer's Fang for completing Rookie's trial. Okay, I think that we can take a look at that here. Let's go over to him. We'll go to the Talisman. So, Jomer's Fang is a rank 5. After Rookie casts his aura, so this is a Rookie-specific thing, it lingers longer than usual, basically 200% more. So, if it was plus 100%, that'd be double, so this is like triple, right? Okay, only usable by Rookie. Let's do it. Now, if we wanted to use this... Oh, that's actually not... That's the best upgrade we've seen so far. I don't want to use the upgrade dust just yet. I'm not going to save it for very long. But I want to see, like, how useful this is. So let's hold on to it, and we very much want to bring Rookie into the next... Yeah, into the next ride if we can. Now I want to hear Rowan's voice. You find everyone is feeling rather miserable. You sense just being in Flagging Hands eats away at one's spirits. Only the imp Tizo seems unaffected. Most of your fellow exiles lost -1 hope, or lost 1 hope for the next rites. We will suffer alongside them. Such is my lot. A moment, reader. There are several courses we may take through Flagging Hands. If you choose to prolong your stay, it may be worth your while. However, your companion's spirits shall likely suffer more. Alright, let's see what we got. Cold Moat, the north route through Flagging Hands crosses a mass grave. The Lone Minstrel says you can get a valuable item if you take a job here. In Plaguemont, the middle route through Flagging Hands cuts straight to the pit of Milithae. Hedwyn suggests taking this faster route will reduce your companion's loss of hope. And then finally, Fallowfield. The south route through Flagging Hands crosses diseased and wilted plains. You can improve a talisman if you take a job here. I kind of like the sound of that valuable item. I think it's the part where it's a valuable item. And right at this moment, I don't actually know what negative hope does. It's probably really bad, but we're going to go to Cold Moat. I really like the animation style in this game. The north route to Flagging Hands is dismal beyond reckoning. There's little talk among your group, yet you sense despair encroaching. Only Tizo seems unaffected. Another -1, and we are going to suffer alongside them. Later, you accompany the Lone Minstrel in pursuit of his task here. Speak not directly to the living shade, and be true to your heart when responding to its inquiries, and make no attempt to look it in the eye. The Lone Minstrel offers these and other words of advice as you approach the burial mounds of Coldmoat. Also, don't lend it any money. It's terrible about repaying its debts. Where many of the exiles of the downside see their final days. Don't feed it dairy. It's lactose intolerant. A glimmer of a shade appears before you as you stand surrounded by the dead. You barely see it and it does not speak, but you feel its thoughts piercing your heart and mind. According to the Shade, the book that you possess may lay some of the fallen here to rest. Oh, well, I want to do that. Look, anytime I can lay, wandering or tortured souls to rest, let's do it. We're going to Luke Perry this shit. The Shade leads you to your work. Sorry, why am I having trouble parsing regular words? You turn through the book, locating passages concerning freedom and the spirit. You recite such words as seem best fit to each of the fallen that you see. It is draining work. The shade resurfaces after a while. It leads you to a hollowed swamp, then fades away. Not hallowed, by the way, a hollowed swamp. You found a knock shroom. It can be sold at the slug market for $50. A seething bit of fungus which holds a value to certain denizens of the downside. If you invite the shade to your home, invite it for no longer than 2 days. It's a terrible house guest and will soil the sheets. By the time you reach the pit of Melithae, everyone besides the imp Tizo's a real trooper, I gotta say, seems to be feeling even worse than before. You sense their desire to leave this place as soon as possible. Wow, so we're at -3 hope. What does hope do? The duration of banishment. Okay, so anybody that gets banished, they are down for the count. They're gonna be away for a while. Oh, hello. Hi, Slug Market. I will indeed. Oh, hey, you guys, you know, this place, a lot of folks, but not a lot of customers, know what I mean? So have a look around, see? Look here, we're gonna get you some more Stardust. It costs 15 bucks, but it's well worth it. Yeah, see? And then we're gonna sell this Noctroom. Okay, now, is there anything that we want? So we've got a level 6 talisman here, Scribe Rock, +2 presence. Now, presence, I think that affects the size of the aura. So I do like the sound of that. +2 hope wouldn't go amiss here. While carrying the orb, the arrow moves fast. Yeah, that one's okay, I guess. When plunging into the adversary's pyre, +2 damage. And then at the start of the right... So here's what I don't like about Ashen Coal. At the start of the right, you gain +7. That's a 7% increase when you start with 100. So it's a fairly small increase, and you're giving up every other benefit of a different talisman to have that one. So I might get Ashen Coal down the line, but it feels like since that's such a limited benefit that only happens once at the very beginning of the match, that feels like it's not very good. Like this one is +2 every single time you dive in. With some upgrades, that'd probably be pretty good, right? I don't know. Can I look at my inventory? Yeah. Okay, so what is she doing? Yeah, so this one was actually pretty good. The lucrative contract. I'm gonna upgrade this, because if you remember, I didn't want to upgrade it yet, because I was like, it goes from using it 10 times per right to 11 times. So I was like, are we even gonna be able to hit 10? And then we super did. So I definitely want to upgrade lucrative contract. It's a great way to earn extra cash. Jomir's Fang, we just got that one. +2 quickness, and then the Mooncrest. Yeah, the Mooncrest is okay, I guess. All right, so that's why I wanted to check. I feel like I know what I want to do now. We are going to get this one here that's +2 presence. That seems pretty good. Yes. So that's what we got in exchange for our Noctroom. Appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? No, not yet. We've got some chatting to do. Okay, so first let's talk to Jodariel. She seems to have something on her mind. You can tell by that beckoning smile. Interact to speak. You sense Jodariel's steel gaze well before you turn to her. Rita, rummaging about the wagon. Why did I say cabin? Rummaging about the wagon once again. Tell me something now that you are here. Look at me. Are you afraid of me? You consider the question. You have never before met someone like her, but do know something of what happens to those who remain in the downside for many years. So if I felt like she wanted to be viewed as intimidating, I would grant her that. But rather, since I don't know what her goal is, I'm going to give her, like, just the straight up truth of it. Well, hold on. This says deny feeling this way. Deny feeling this way, and then say nothing. No, we're not. We're going to answer her. So, even though it says deny feeling this way, the actual description says, from what you know of her thus far, you sense no need to feel afraid of her, which is exactly how I feel about it. She's the largest and the physically toughest of them, but she's a valuable member of the squad. She's given us some good advice. She seems to have the best interests of the party at heart. I don't know why I would be afraid of her. You tell her that, although you do not know each other well yet, you do not fear her, and on the contrary, feel safer in her presence. Yeah. Truly. In that case, I have much work left to do. You shall fear me yet, if you survive this place. Now then, I shall go make my rounds. She walks away. You feel the floor of the wagon shake with her step. Oh, hey, she got +1 hope. I wonder what she would have gotten. Maybe you know what? +1 presence. I bet if I had said the other thing, it would have been +1 presence. So let me just see. I was beginning to wonder when you would return. Do we have a no? So there's no scribe trials. I guess we could ask her what's on her mind. Are you sloshing all the way across the flagging hands right now? A hideous place, or so I understand, for I can neither see it nor experience its wondrous aroma as you surely can, although perhaps you are accustomed to it now. The Nightwings of the past misliked this place. I quite like the word misliked. Of that I can assure you. We share a common misery. Now please leave me to mine, unless there is a service you require me to render at this time. Well, I don't want to do a practice right now. Maybe we will if we get, like, really shellacked at this. And see, when this flashes, it makes me want to click on it, but so far, it doesn't actually seem to indicate that there's a thing to do. Okay. I think. Well, you know what? We're gonna have space on the team screen. I was gonna like equip the relics, but let's do that on the team screen. As you make preparations for the coming rite, you wonder if the stars above will even be visible through the dense fog hanging over the pit of Melithae. Then. Pra-na-na-na-na! Tizo seems to be very concerned by something in the sky. A vicinity. The little imp disappears in a hurry. Oh, is Tizo all right? He was so frightened. He was not frightened. He was issuing a warning. Silence. Everyone take cover. Jodariel makes quick note of several hiding places among the nearby crags and rotted husks. You wait. Something about the place dampens your senses. All you feel is a creeping dread. Then, from the shadows, a writhing shape slides forward, its hulking form draped in raiments. The shape stops. Slowly, its head turns from one of you to the next, each in turn.
Wise of ye to hide behind us. Hide yourselves from us, little Nightwings. Ye trespass on the resting place of the astral born. We shall see ye where the stars muster the courage to illuminate this place. The creature vanishes into the dark. After a time, your companions reconvene. That was a bog crone. Serpentine creatures native to the Commonwealth's southern bogs, widely feared. Though formerly a part of the Commonwealth, the bog crones tend to keep to themselves. Indeed, that was witch Udmildhe. She's an ancient witch with an unhealthy obsession for Islak? I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to say that word too much. With the withdrawn, a triumvirate of bog dwellers, compelled by sinister forces rather than by freedom. Haram! Tizo makes it clear he has no love of Udmilde. Although the rites dictate she cannot harm you bodily, with her, best not to take unnecessary chances. We'll take what chances we can get in all of this. Everyone, it's time. Just like biffing every third line, if that. Your fellow exiles gain enlightenment after each rite, whether they prevail or not. The only failure is to stray from the path.
Made it all the way to the detestable pit of Melith. In doing so, of course, you have disturbed your ancient adversaries, the Withdrawn. The deranged witch who leads them has big plans in store, should she prevail in all this. Now, as you know, I normally would wish you a shameful defeat. But in this case, I wish you a little bit of luck.
Yo, huge shout out to the design of this game that it leaves me to mispronounce a word repeatedly before eventually revealing to me how it's supposed to be said. So this is not the pit of Melithae, it's Melith. Welcome, everyone. The crone Udmildhe, which I'm surely saying wrong, sees your companions gathered by their pyre.
A little flame that shall never warm ye here, much less survive the night. Hear us, ye slack!
A monstrosity described in myths and ballads, though thought slain by the 8 scribes. Even in death, the astral born yet feeds upon our world, unsated by its own.
Make the Nightwings suffer!
Ruki trots forward from your ranks.
Listen here, you old bag. You don't scare us, any one of us, one bit. You or your buddy Islak. Now, we doing this or what?
I like his mask, by the way, Ruki's. The question hangs in the air for longer than is comfortable. It does seem to have withdrawn Mulde's attention, though. Ruki begins to squirm a bit. Then, so if it's Melith, is this Udmilde? I don't know. Moves her slender fingers to her mask.
Foolish. Islak shall grow. Islak shall grow. Islak shall grow. Don't make me do this voice too much. It really hurts. He shall consume ye. He shall consume ye ere your little flame has died. That we shall ensure.
Hold on. I don't think I can do that voice very much. Hopefully this is a quick match. She slides off towards her followers. Ruki remains motionless for a time. Whoops.
The rite shall begin forthwith.
Okay, hold on. So, it's really hard for me to not bring Jodariel into every single one. Like, she's a super useful class. She's our tank. She's got a massive aura. She's great at defense, and she earns us money. Like, I really feel like we want to have her, so we're going to choose her. Okay. Ruki is definitely on the squad, because look, he's got some bonus experience saved up, so we want to bring him in. I think Ruki's the only person that I got right. Okay, and then, yeah, this guy, because he's got some bonus XP saved up. Although, wait, he is higher than Shay. He's higher than Shay is, so... but no, let's bring him in. Yeah, let's give him +2 presents, why not? Now, wait, hold on. We also said that we were going to do this. I wanted to upgrade the talisman that Jodariel is using, but I can't go back from here. Okay.
Edwin. Glorious. It is done.
All right, everyone, we can take them.
No matter where ye go, Islak shall find ye and devour ye.
Maxine, oh, hold on. Before we go, hello to Maxine, who says, oh, right, I was in the process of installing Chatty when Twitch chat wouldn't connect, but then I couldn't even load the page to activate Chatty and then forgot all about it. Oh, wow. There was a whole bunch of stuff. Maxine is saying, wait, why didn't I get any notification neither from Twitch or on Discord? So the Discord thing, Mia and Patikin are trying to work out, like, why Discord doesn't seem to be very reliable. But, Maxine, otherwise I'm not sure. Shit. Shit. Doesn't feel like a great position.
In honor of the scribes.
God damn it.
Your demon is banished.
Rookie!
Deliverance.
Man, they smoke her every time, and it's the same move. Okay. Ow.
Chaos.
Every time. They... Whoops. Woof.
As per the sacred law.
Poor Jodariel. I mean, I guess she's eating damage, which is what you'd want to... a tank to do. Brr, okay. Oh.
The lifeblood of Islak, it flows within this lair, and beneath this world, his lifeblood, it shall engulf ye in such blackness and despair.
Oh shit, that seems worse than usual.
The witch invokes a profane name I shan't repeat. Best beware of foul sorceries.
Okay, this sucks.
All of the Nightwings banished.
Whoa! I thought I was clear of that.
Oh, boo. Tread lightly.
Oh shit! I don't know why I dropped that. Yeah, see, Jadariel's presence is really good.
Poor Headwind.
Brrr.
All three Nightwings. Poof.
Get up! Nope.
Devious maneuver. Quite the close call there, no? Quite the turn of events.
Get it!
Rookie doused to the adversary's
Okay,
flames.
one more dunk from anybody.
Once more like that, and we are finished here. Yes.
Every time, you guys, every time I think I can get past, back to get behind that stone before they get me. I'm just trying to buy some time right now until Jadariel is back up.
The orb.
Wow.
Quite foul for the Nightwings.
Yeah, I think this one's just done. Oh, okay, sure. Okay, that's not great.
Goodbye, Headwind. Be gone. You
Wow, okay. So, just don't score for another 3 seconds? He went to alley-oop himself. Hello to Grumpy.
seize the orb.
Wow, okay.
Out with the rookie.
Why? Do I have no one to pass to? Okay. That was pure bait, and I totally fell for it, too.
Stand not in glory's path.
Ooh, boy. Go, go, go!
It is done.
Wow.
The Nightwings once again prevail. A perfectly agreeable performance overall.
It's getting closer and closer, you guys. Like, they had
It is done.
an all points offense where they would move guys forward and then shoot their beams, and then while the like aura rays were going, switch to a different character and move them into position, and it was just really well executed. And I had no response for it. It would seem our adversaries failed to unnerve us. See, these bog dwellers, they're just a bunch of hissy talk. Nice work, everyone. Never thought I'd have to stand against a bog dweller.
Yislak, we have failed thee, and the deed shall be repaid in blood. As for ye fools, ye shall be consumed, and everything around ye, from the soil to the stars, we shall see.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Yeah, so he got extra bonus experience for his, like, green bar.
It would seem the exiled Jodariel has a knack for these affairs.
Focus, training, prowess. The path to survival in the blood border. These rites shall make similar demands of us. Okay, so, yep, she's got a new upgrade. Now, last time we chose Relentless Vigor. It's not that we can't go take this one. Can rush again right away. Yeah, it's pretty good. But +4 presence is, I think, what we're going to do with her. Also, see the +35? Remember how I was sort of sneering at the +7? This is +35. But I think what I really want is +4 presence, because she's not only our, like, tank, she's our, like, defensive tackle.
That rookie's not too old to learn new tricks.
Faster, stronger, and a little bit better looking, too. I mean, is there anything I can't handle? Yeah, so with him, we had picked up, can jump. Oh, see, I wasn't doing the cloud jump, but 50% chance to return in only 1 second, or accelerates even faster than usual to an even faster top speed. I want the half the time he comes back in 1 second. That seems like really useful.
Witness the rites firsthand and be inspired. Until the stars align.
During the rites, position exiles near to each other so they shall link auras. Linked auras are significantly larger. Having defeated the Withdrawn rather soundly, you and the others have some moments to recover from the ordeal in the relative safety of the Black Wagon. So, when can we get out of here? What, Greentail? Had enough of Udmilde's hospitality for the time? Oh, Jody, yeah, thanks, I'm good. The reader and the stars will point the way as ever. It's just, so far, we kept on going north. If that's the case again this time. The Sea of Solace spreads north and west from here. For untold leagues, I could not tell you when last a vessel dared to sail those waters. The Sea of Solace is an impossible oceanic expanse pockmarked by crude little... So would you say islets or islets? Because you would say island, like I-S-L-A-N-D is island. But would this be islets? I honestly don't know. Attempts to sail across the drowned sea do not usually turn out so well. Tizo asserts himself during the conversation. What's the matter, little one? Rahum! Tizo is trying to get you to come look at something outside the wagon. Reader, please go see what he wants. You excuse yourself and follow the imp into the dark of night. You find Shay and the lone minstrel already gazing up at the stars. Can you not read the stars yourself then, Mr. Minstrel? I fear 'tis not so simple as matters of can or cannot when it comes to me, Shay. We shall see what the reader has to say, for this is her charge. And there she is, in fact. Thank you for fetching her, Tizo. Scree-ha! Tizo is happy to have obliged the lone minstrel. Reader, it would seem the skies have cleared to some extent. Please, look upon the stars and see where they compel us to go next. You look towards the heavens. Seek now your destination. Here? Oh, I'm not permitted there. I'm moving further outside the circle. Okay. The star map is a lot bigger than I thought, but that's fine. It doesn't really take place all inside that first circle. But how far outside this? You're not permitted. Not permitted. Not permitted. That's the current location, right. Okay, sorry, here it is. The Azure The azure star burns bright over the ruins of a lost frigate in the Sea of Solace. Hello to Mia! The Rites beckon you still further north, towards the middle of the Sea of Solace. That's not good. You're joking, right, sister? Does the Rita seem to be the joking type to you, Greentail? We do not argue with the stars. You talk like we can just go ride right out into the water. Pardon my interruption, though perhaps we can. Say what? My client, Sandalwood. He has a way of anticipating such eventualities. West of here lies a place called Big Bertrude's. The proprietor is an old companion of his. She may be able to assist us. But maybe just call her Bertrude. She doesn't particularly like the moniker Big. A small bog dweller outpost at the edge of the sea. All sorts of contraband used to come through there. Some of it fatal if touched or inhaled. Hedwyn's smile returns. That sounds like our best shot right now. Let's pack it up and move as soon as possible. Mia, I hope you've had a great Saturday, and thank you so much for doing the shoutouts. Hold on, we've got some chatting to do. Greetings, Rita. It is good that you are here, for there is something that I wish to tell you privately. Do you have a moment? I shall not keep you long, though I know your time is precious. I would have done, I shall not keep you long, though, comma, I know your time is precious. Anyway, nobody cares. Hear him out. You bid him to continue and make clear your interest in whatever he has to say. Very well, and thank you for your time. And, I should further note, matters that pertain directly to the rites I must reveal to you alone, for thus I am obliged. In any case, when you confronted the Withdrawn and witch Udmilde, you might recall she tended to invoke a certain name. Islak, the Astralborn. I hesitate to say it even now. You would be forgiven if you took the ravings of Udmilde for mere nonsense. However, her words, as it turns out, ring with a certain truth. Before the union of the 8 scribes, when first they found themselves here on the downside, this land was even less hospitable, if that can be believed. It was ruled over by the greater Titans. The one called Islak was the eldest and most fearsome of the lot. Greater Titans, were colossal monsters that once roamed the downside. The scribes together slew them one by one, and through this forged their bonds. Just the same, the scribes managed to defeat it. They later used Islak's own hide and ichor to bind the Book of Rites. It was a pretty badass move, if you ask me. However, Islak did not truly die, for, by some accounts, it seems to be incapable of death. The creature is regenerating even now, though very, very slowly. Its vow is to devour the land and everything in it. Only then can it return into whatever plane that banished it to ours. So, in a way, it is an exile, just like you. If ever should the creature be reborn, it shall be many ages hence. Thus the ravings of Udmilde are more or less inconsequential, for the while. Yet the history of Islak is inexorably linked to the rites, and therefore must be known. I trust your research of the book shall lead you to discover more in time. I hope all of this is of some reassurance, and now I leave you to your more immediate concerns. I shall go and see how everyone is faring at this time. He heads out into the evening, bidding you a good rest of the evening. Mia was asking Samlander how the session was today, and hello to Mr. Scratch! Wait, I missed Mr. Scratch! Who also gets a shout out, and thank you to Mia. Hold on, let me just scroll back a little bit. I feel bad. When did Mr. Scratch say hello? Did he say hello? Oh, there we go. Hello to Auspicious Angel and everyone. Been away for a bit. It's good to be back. Yeah, Scratch, I noticed. I hope everything is okay. Sam Leonard said, so very good. My voice apparently made people both want to murder and feel sorry for an NPC at the same time. I think that's called euthanasia. Let me hit Book of Rites. in reality, euthanasia is a very serious topic, but I'm just trying to think under what circumstances you would both sympathize with someone and also want them dead. I sense... Oh, my lovely Rita has returned. How may I assist you? I think that... Yeah, we can't do any of this. Okay. Take care of yourself, Rita. So now, hold on, because let's spend some upgrade points. Now I don't feel so bad about not upgrading lucrative contract, because I think that we smoked like one person with Jodariel. They absolutely had her on lock that time. So, how do you get to the inventory again? There, that's how you do it somehow. So I want to upgrade his thing here. After Rookie casts his aura, it lingers longer than usual, plus 200%. This is a pretty good upgrade to 220%, I think. So we're going to do that. And then this one here, plus 2 quickness. Okay, so that doesn't actually go up if we give it an upgrade. So, whoops. Oh, boy. Okay, that's how you get into it. Moon Crest. Chance to return immediately, 30%. I think that's 33%, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about that one. I am really not meaning to exit that way. Samler says a little bit of the Skezies counselor moan goes a long way. I will have to hear this. I missed this section of it. Of Sam Lander's thing. I mean, I wouldn't say no to upgrading lucrative contract, but what if that one where I hit all 10, what if that's an aberration and I don't get to do that again? I mean, I'd almost rather upgrade Yomir's Fang a little bit more. That one seems pretty good. Mooncrest is only a 30% increase. Plus 2 presence, does this go up at all? No, it doesn't. So... is this another 20%? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna put another point to Yomir's Fang. I think that's a really nice talisman, and every time we upgrade it, it gets substantially better, I think. All right, let's go ahead. Skakis from the Dark Crystal. I think I've heard of the Dark Crystal, but I've not actually seen it. Mia saying, that sounds major. I'm very, very glad that you're on the other side of it. Oh, wait. That was to Mr. Scratch. Doing better now, says Mr. Scratch. Had a procedure done on my heart called a cardiac ablation. It went well. Scratch, I am very glad to hear that it went well. I like Mia says, I'm glad that you're on the other side of it, and I hope the recovery goes really well. Mia is very surprised that I've not seen the Dark Crystal. I don't think I've seen it. I've certainly seen Labyrinth, but I don't think I've ever seen the Dark Crystal. And hello to Taco Soldier. Samlin is saying you would probably like Dark Crystal. At the very least, you should watch it because the puppetry is amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Labyrinth for similar reasons. I like how much energy the movie has. This is some bullshit. I'm going to fix this, vows Mia. Okay, so let's hit continue. But yeah, no, I have no objection to seeing the Dark Crystal. Onward to Big Bertrude's. No shit about it at Samalander. I am making this happen, says Mia. Yeah, let's do it. This is the place. Let us go to see my client's companion as soon as you are ready. Seek Big Bertrude. It's exactly what I had planned for this weekend. Big Bertrude's is a sickly gathering of bog dwellers who stay within shadows, yet you can feel their eyes surveying everything. The lone minstrel steps forward. Sandalwood sent us. Those words are enough to make the bog dwellers snap to attention. They emerge from the mud and dark and begin inspecting your black wagon with their strange tools. One of the bog dwellers slithers forth. She is larger than the rest and leaves no doubt that she commands the others. Thou speakest the name Sandalwood. We would know his whereabouts. Reveal them to us. Good day to you, Big Bertrude. She is a bog dweller, once feared and respected in the Commonwealth for her sorcerous work. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, for Sandalwood always spoke highly of you and your handiwork. Did he? He did he? In turn, we know who thou must be.
Yet thou speakest of the paths past, Sandalwood. Does he yet live? Speak plainly and quickly.
To be quite frank with you, madam, I do not know for certain, for I have been apart from him for some time, carrying out his will. Though I have every faith that Sandalwood lives. As for his current whereabouts, I understand he awaits us somewhere near Wakingwood, beyond the waters. A labyrinth of a forest in the western half of the Black Basin. Few know their way around it. The path to the sacred Mount Elodiel lies far beyond those suffocating woods. We wish to seek him there, though. As you can see, our wagon is ill-suited for the task. The one called Bertrude frowns at this, studying the lone minstrel all the while.
Indeed. Then leave us. Return at dawn. That is all.
By your grace, big Bertrude. The lone minstrel turns away, but Hedwyn stops him. Hold on, are you sure about this? Leaving the wagon in their care? All should be in accordance with my client's plans. You keep calling Sandalwood your client. He must reward you well. Aye, in a manner of speaking. He helped me find a sense of purpose I thought I lost. Hedwyn nods at this, then turns to you. Well, my friend, I guess we'll see what happens, right? I'm off to let the others know. You find yourself with time for your vocations while the bog dwellers go on about their business. Mia is welcoming. Yeah, so Taco Soldier was able to go to Mia's stream last night. And also, hello to Jägermeister. Sorry. Let me go back. Give me 1 second. Mr. Scratch is saying it's all good right now. Have a few days to rest. Hopefully, see, I don't know anything about... As soon as somebody says cardiac surgery, I think to myself, I hope that you have more than just a few days to relax. More than Amia says, I would have said hello to you earlier. I was just having an aneurysm about the lack of gelflings in Auspicious Angel's life. How are you? Similar saying you should make a watch party and force Angel to be there. Oh, yeah, 100%. And it'd be fun to do it in a watch party, I think, so that others could see it if they either haven't or would like to again. Taco Soldier saying to more than Amia, did you find that last object? The screaming and sound bits were awesome. Yeah, Mia, if anybody here has not been to Mia's Frightening Friday streams, they tend to be a lot of fun all the way around. All of the aspects of the channel point rewards tend to be up. Jägermeister saying, how's the gang tonight? I've got a funny for you. What did the socks say to the pants when they met in the washer? I'm thinking like a pun with darning, like you darn socks, or at least Wendy Darling did. Want to go on a double date because they're both in pairs? Oh, what's up, britches? Oh, no, I wasn't even close. More Than Amia says, those jump scares actually equalized my adrenal system. I was feeling awesome after stream, and I did find the last object with blah blah blah's help. Yeah, so Mia and I have not yet had a chance to talk about this. Without any spoilers at all, no spoilers at all, Mia played episode 4 of Song of Horror, and she got stuck at a couple points and was actively soliciting help by way of a yes-no question, and I couldn't make heads or tails out of the guide. I was there. I had a guide open. Sometimes we'll do that if you get really stuck in a game that has some puzzles and you just need like a nudge in the right direction. I couldn't make... It was as though the language, like the nouns used in the game, were different than what was provided in the guide. Like the guide was done off the British version where they had like slightly different names for everything. And before anybody who hears is like, were you sure you're on the right episode? Yeah, it was episode 4. I sent the link to Blobby and he was able to like make some sense out of it. Okay, so hone your skills as a reader to grant a small global bonus to your fellow exiles during the rites. Search the surrounding area for values. I don't think I need money right now, so I want to do Mentor Companion. That seemed to work out really well last time. Now, who we're gonna mentor? I'd say whoever has the lowest enlightenment, who is Shay by a lot. Yeah, okay. So, Shay, you're on tap for mentoring. Me? Oh, of course, please tell me something I don't know, for there's lots of it. You sit down with Shay to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense she is beginning to understand. Look how much experience she just got. The more I think on it, I think I don't like being banished very much. Okay. Let's continue. Before the Lone Minstrel finds us early the next day, Scratch was saying, here's the kicker to my recovery. I was thinking I would be able to game on stream a lot, but I'm not allowed to be in a sitting position for more than an hour. Every hour I'm awake, I get to get up and walk around the house to avoid blood clots or dying or something. Or I have to get up. All I can say, Scratch, is please do that. Like, let me just echo what I'm sure that you've heard from doctors or other, like, people that care about you in life. Do that. Really take it seriously. That recovery could make all the difference. That therapy, that rehabilitation. So, yeah, like Mia says, hugs. Best wishing, best hopes, and I hope it goes smoothly, and we always appreciate visits, lurks, and everything else, but please focus on your needs. We're still going to be here when you get back, and I do very much want you to get back. Okay, the Lone Minstrel finds you early the next day. Rita, it is ready. Please come have a look. The others are already there. Step inside. Oh, look, we can see fish outside the window. The Black Wagon appears different now than it did even a day before. The hull is fully sealed and reinforced, and all manner of nautical equipment adorns the port side. Wow. You people seeing this? I'm gonna have a look around. The wagon should be fit for sea voyage. Let us depart at your earliest convenience. What about Big Bertrude? Then she appears as if on cue. Tell that Sandalwood he owes us twice over. If I may, Big Bertrude, you could tell him yourself if you wish to accompany us in our voyage north. Our group would welcome someone with your vast experience. Dare thee make flirtations upon us? No, Enough. But should you see Sandalwood, tell him also to come and visit us again. Now, be gone from here, and tell no one that we were paid in favors. She slithers off without another word. Soon, the Lone Minstrel breaks the silence. We are fortunate that she assisted us, but we should go, just as she said. I know the navigational controls and shall explain. This is so exciting. I don't know how to swim. Scree, says Tizo. Tizo seems to share Shay's enthusiasm for heading out to sea. I assume so, because the drive imps, like, they push the wagon, right? That's how we are. That's the whole system of locomotion. So if we're out at sea, I assume he gets to go on break, Tizo does? Scratch says, thanks, Angel, and rest assured I'm following my recovery instructions to the letter. Yeah, I've known a couple people, usually tangentially in my life, who didn't take their, like, rehab very seriously and just sort of, like, slacked off, and it doesn't go well. So I'm just very relieved to hear that. Taco Soul just saying to Mr. Scratch, praying for you, take your time to recover so you can get back at it. We definitely do not want you to get a blood clot or whatever can happen. And also Maxine is saying, hey to Mia. And then also, so wait, do you prevent that from happening? How do you prevent that while you sleep? Maybe it's Maxine when you're specifically, like, upright. So if he's laying down, it's less of a deal. But yeah, I'm curious also. That's a good question. I'm beginning to feel ill already. Your Black Wagon becomes seaworthy. The Sea of Solace awaits. Okay. Wyrm Gulf. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Before she left, Big Bertrude shared knowledge of a current that should draw you out to sea. Mia was thinking also maybe compression socks as well. I really love the little animation touches in this. So would you say Wyrm or Worm? I always feel like with the Y there, it's more of a Wyrm, but I don't know if that's a weird way to say it. You and your companions watch the sea as the wagon rolls over the gentle waves. We have crossed... When Lone Minstrel joined, I really didn't expect him to be such a narrator, but that's fine. It's not that I complain, it's just a surprise. We have crossed into Wyrm Gulf. I hope that all of you are acclimating well. I still don't have a really good voice for her. There's no acclimating to these worm-infested waters. We risk everything to sail here. As long as we follow the cold current Big Bertrude indicated, we shall be safe. If the next rite is in the middle of this sea, how will our adversaries meet us there? They shall find their way as we find ours. It's all part of the scribe's design. Now, reader, please confirm the next point on our sea journey. We seek the Hulk of Oars. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. A carcass of the doomed exploring vessel. Why not exploration vessel? A carcass of the doomed exploring vessel, Dazraban, lost in the waters of the downside. Yeah, here. We have to navigate the maze. Oh, Mia wants the croissant. Mia, I cannot do the croissant voice. I know that, like, it always ends with croissant, but, like, I can't do the other way that you do it. Mr. Scratch is saying it's because the incision is at a bend near my groin. When laying flat, the vein is not bent, so it can flow freely. When laying flat, well, if I don't want to like put Mr. Scratch on an interview show, but what if you like lay in your side and you like curl your legs up a little bit, like anyway, it's fine. It's not. Mr. Scratch should not feel it necessary to explain every part of this. The wagon continues rolling gently across the waves, which seems to you a welcome change of pace after having come from flagging hands not very long ago. However, Jodariel seems more concerned now than ever before, and paces ceaselessly. When she notices Ruki, she stops him for some questioning. Greentail, how's he doing?
Who, Hedwin? Oh, he's pretty much the same. Been up all night, retching into the waters if I had to guess. His first time out at sea?
His first. She turns to you. Rita, please check on Hedwin when you have the opportunity. He requires our support, and we require his swift recovery. You wish them a good afternoon as you go check up on the others in the group. Later, you find Hedwin looking out of sorts. Oh, hello, my friend. It's just, the sea hasn't been good for me, I guess. It's funny, all this trouble, just to get back to the Commonwealth of all places. Hey, tell me something. What do you miss the most about that place? Books, friends, food, nothing springs to mind. So, this is what I was thinking. It's highly illegal, though just the same you miss having had access to those volumes. I don't think we're going to go with that. I like the idea of the friends. Your life was almost always difficult, but several of your longtime confidants did help you to get by. Perhaps the food or nothing. No, I like the friends. We're going to go with friends. You tell him that there were those who did support you over the years, and that it pains you to now be apart from them. Yeah, I hear you, friend. There's something I miss terribly back there, myself. I'm sure that when you make it out of here, your loved ones will be waiting. Anyway, I'll be fine, I think. Thank you for checking up on me. You sense he wishes to be alone. There's not much to be done for him now. Okay, so Hedwin is out of commission. That's fine, because I was going to go with others, I think, anyway. So Scratch is saying he has to sleep on his back. It's no problem at all. And Maxine is saying the thought of the possible consequences keeps me aware of how I'm sleeping. And Mr. Scratch said that. Maxine had asked, how do you tell your body not to go into random positions while sleeping, though? I will concur with what Mr. Scratch has said. If you are... I don't know how to like, underscore that, but there's been a couple times in my life where I needed to like recover from surgery, and there's really only one position I could be in. Nothing as sensitive as what Mr. Scratch is describing, but like I just your brain can sort of like figure out I have to be this way to sleep, and if I'm not going to be this way, then I'm just going to wake you up. Like I've been in that position, I feel like. At least that's how I feel about it. Like, I remember, well, I don't want to get into long stories during a stream like this, but yeah, for sure, I've had a couple times in my life where due to either recovery from an injury or recovering from surgery or for some other reason, it was like, I can sleep in this position. And what would happen is like, my body would just be in that position until it felt very inclined to move, at which point instead I would wake up. But I would not wake up in a different position. At least that's been my experience. Anyway, I'm sorry for my interruption, reader. Please again confirm the next point on our voyage. I think it's right there. Maxine says brains are amazing. They really are. There is so much that we don't understand about, like, brains in general. Like, you're tempted to say the human brain, but just brains. Like, for example, this is like I'm always worried that when I hear something like this, like maybe this is wrong, but I have for years believed, based on what I was told when I was in school, and I had a science teacher that told me this, if you teach a flatworm how to navigate a maze to get food, and it learns that maze, if you then grind up that flatworm and feed it to a different flatworm, that other flatworm will then know how to navigate the maze. Now, I don't know what percentage of the original flatworm needs to be consumed. Can you, like, divide it up into thirds and teach 3 different flatworms how to navigate the same maze? But, like, that's not how knowledge works. Like, why is that a thing? And if that's an urban legend, I'm just saying that was shared to me by a specific science teacher that I could name. Like, this is not like some thing I heard over the arc of history and I no longer remember the source. Like, I remember the science teacher that taught us that. So if that's incorrect, then I apologize. But, like, as far as that is correct, like, that just doesn't operate the way that we think of memory and knowledge as being transferred. So it's just, there's a lot that we don't know, is all. By the scribes, the sea, I didn't know it was so beautiful. Having escaped the waters of Wyrm Gulf, you can now see what must be the hulk of oars, far on the horizon. Not everyone has taken well to the sea voyage, however. Brahum! Tizo is wondering if Hedwyn is feeling better. He requires further rest, Tizo. All we can do is wish for him a safe recovery. Reader, madam, from this point, our voyage must diverge from Bertrude's instructions. Please consult with your companions about which course to take. So, we've got the Fathomless Trench. Tizo wants to fish for something tasty here. Or, Shay believes that the 8 scribes shall bless you here. So, here's the thing. It's not that I'm just always going to do what Shay says, but Shay's the youngest member of the group, I think. She certainly looks like a kid. For her, being listened to and heard can be very important. And when I'm like, I could go either way, I feel like we've already like interacted a bunch with Tizo. Tizo had like a big entrance. So we're going to do what Shay wants this time. The north current towards the hulk of oars runs as quick as the Underking oars himself. Shay believes that the 8 scribes shall bless you here. Maxine is saying, yeah, this is like, isn't this an Einstein quote or a modification of it? If our brain was simple enough for us to understand it, then we would be too simple to understand it or something. I think that's an Einstein thing, but Maxine has it. If our brain was simple enough for us to understand it, we couldn't. Yeah. Samlander says, flatworms as zombies confirmed. And Mr. Scratch says, trust me, I'm great now. Don't want to monopolize the time here, but if you want some interesting reading, look up cardiac ablation. It's amazing how they can manipulate the heart the way that they do. Yeah, Mr. Scratch, like Mia said, thank you very much for sharing your story with us. We'll not sort of like keep the spotlight on you, but what you're hearing here is both curiosity about the procedure, mostly stemming out of just well wishes for you as a person. We've met you comparatively recently to some others, but that makes you no less valuable as a member of the community here, over at Mia's, and the other chats that you hang out. We love getting to know the people in chat and want them to do well. So thank you for sharing the story, and we just continue to hope that you have a great recovery. And hello to Sebastian. Sebastian, I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Maxine's saying, I'm not sure that's a quote who said it, but it probably is. I think, Maxine, I've heard that attributed to Einstein. If our brains were simple enough for us to understand them, we would be so simple that we would be incapable. I think it's something like that. You find Shay gazing down into the depths. The water is so very beautiful, and yet it's very dangerous. They always said it's very dangerous if you fall in or drink enough of it. But the scribes, they've protected us and they are watching. I just know. Even out here in the waters of the Underking Oars, they urge us on. I feel it. I just know. There's no denying that the North Current sends you quickly on your way. Perhaps it is the thought of reaching land again, but you can sense a spring in everybody's step. +2 quickness on the next right. Whee! Mia's going, croissant. I want to say that, like, the actual croissant voice is like, croissant. It was always funny. That was the one, like, Mia really keyed on that voice, and it was very funny. If anybody doesn't know what we're currently talking about, hit up twitch.tv/morethanamia and do a channel point reward for me acting with the bonus layer of the croissant lady. Okay, at last you arrive at the Hulk of Oars after journeying across the sea. It seems the next rite is to commence here soon, though there is no sign of your next adversaries yet. I don't think that we have a lot to do with the Slug Market. So before we do Slug Market, let's just take a look here. We're going to do our... Oh, we've got a bell. What's this? Among the Black Wagon seafaring equipment, Hedwyn uses it to signal when food is ready. Oh, hello!
Oh, you just keep right on ringing that bell, sister. Keep at it.
Ruki seems to be taking issue with your frivolous use of the nautical bell. After all, there is no sign of a nautical emergency, nor a prepared meal.
Oh, I know it's not mealtime. It's fine. I'm starting to really enjoy the constant ringing sound, though, now that it doesn't mean anything to me or anyone anymore. Besides, ringing that bell is probably good for some pretty good exercise, right? And it's good training for my ears, too. You know we curs have ultra-sensitive hearing, don't ya? Well, not anymore, I don't! Anyway, thanks. I mean that.
He storms off. I have not been so chewed out by a video game character since Rissetti in an Animal Crossing game. Ruki... Oh, shit. Ruki shall never forgive you for abusing the nautical bell. Ruki reappears laughing heartily. He was only joking. Probably. Okay, Jesus Christ, don't touch that anymore. Wow. So let's talk to Jodariel. Rita, a moment of your time. You ask what is on her mind. Hedwyn. He is beginning to recover from his illness. However, its sudden onset serves as a reminder, I believe. I have known Hedwyn since he was a child. Even now, I hesitate to say that he has grown. Nevertheless, there are such things that even I would never say to him directly. For instance, I struggle with his confidence at times. Whether he leads us to our freedom or our doom, I am ambivalent. Speak not a word of this to him, of course, in case that is unclear. I shall tell him in my own way, if and when the time requires. In any case, when times remind me of his mortal weakness, I end up having to reconsider what should happen should we become separated permanently. She trails off a while. What I mean to say is, you should know that I am fully pledged now to this quest of yours, whether Hedwyn is the one to lead us to its end or not. I have my reasons. One of them is him. I expect the same holds true for you. That is all I wish to say. Take care, Rita. She nods and brushes past you towards the door. Alright, let's see if there's anything new in the book. There is not. Like, there's nothing more to do here, right? We unlocked, like, page 1, and I would feel bad if there's something I'm supposed to click on to get more pages. Hold on. Silver Cudgelhead. A limbless, cold-blooded creature rescued from the sea. It is fully grown and has led a rich life. A keepsake from Wyrm Gulf. Okay. I guess we'll let that ride. Shay's Scribe Catcher. The bundle of sticks Shay insisted on hanging in the rafters. She believes it brings good fortune. You know what playthrough of Mia's I think through a lot? The Blair Witch one. Not for like any specific reason. It was just a cool game. I like that. I like Blair Witch lore. I felt like the game was kind of like surprisingly true to Blair Witch lore. It had a cool story. I thought that was a cool playthrough. And hello to Jab. So Sebastian is saying, what is this game about? So Sebastian, the story is about people who are sort of exiles and outcasts in a wasteland called the Downside, and they have to go perform a series of rites on a path towards enlightenment, which will then lead them to freedom. The rites are sort of like a rugby football style fantasy sports game where you get to bring 3 of your party members in, and your goal is to extinguish the other team's flame, their pyre, before they extinguish yours. And to that extent, there's basically like a rugby ball, like a medicine ball that you can pass, you can throw, and you can dunk into the enemy's like Pyre, and every time you do that, it loses some of its flame energy. Oh, and thank you for the follow to Sebastian. Jody K is lurking a bit while I float in the ocean on a hunk of wood. Well, Jody K, if you have audio on, you might occasionally hear us talking to Jody, but that's because there's a character in the game that they call Jody. Hello to Jab, and Maxine is saying, gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Is that another, like, Einsteinism, or what is... Is that from the movie IQ? And then Mia is saying, hey to Jab and Jody K. How's your raft coming along, Jody K? I am also curious about that. Okay, so let's jump in to the right. Well, we're going to go to Slug Market, actually. Oh, hey, you guys. Funny running into you out here right in the middle of the drink. Know what I mean? Not a lot of customers today, so have a look. I'll give you a good deal. Okay, so he is selling a Thorned Knot. When aura casting raises the bearer's maximum range plus 8%. I don't really do that a lot. I should probably learn to do it more. And for $6, yeah, I'm going to buy an upgrade. Yes, I will. I will proceed. Faith Stone plus 2 hope. We're good. They're leaving, Dad. Just look at how much we got this time. It was like 7 monies. All right, commence the right. So we're going to see that game, by the way, Sebastian, here in just 1 second. Having landed at the hulk of ores, you and your fellow exiles now anticipate the hour that the rites are to commence again. What do you think, Tizo? Don't I look just like Mr. Headwind? Coo-hoo. Tizo is worried that Headwind is still feeling unwell. Wait, I think... What's that? A serpentine creature emerges from the water, followed by several others of its kind. You recognize it as a Wyrm from the Sea Dominion. Wait, where's Wyrm? Exiled Wyrms from the Sea Dominion tend to seek out the cold in the Downside Seas. Known for being reckless and single-minded, they were perfectly suited to fill the Commonwealth's front lines. The Sea Dominion is a vast, war-torn undersea regime, home to the untold numbers of amphibious Wyrms. Having conquered their waters, the Wyrms clambered onto the Commonwealth shores in search of new wars. Wow, they really, they like the same things, huh? What they all are doing here, you see plain by their ritual raiments. The nearest one somehow loosens its mask. Good sirs and good ladies! So it is you that heed the summons to glorious competition against this knight and his brigade? Well then, let us do battle now without delay. More than our freedom is at stake here, but our very honor, and this knight fully intends to reclaim his. Oh, and lest this knight forget, he is called Sir Gilman. He salutes you on behalf of the Pyre Hearts. Until the contest! A triumvirate of Wyrm knights who perceive the rites as great battles to be won, And Sir Gilman, he is a once proud knight of the Sea Dominion on a self-made quest to regain his honor. He splashes out of view just as the stars above him begin to shimmer with strange light. Yup, Maxine found a page with a bunch of Einstein quotes. Jody casing that they spelled Jodariel wrong.
Relentless, aren't we, reader? Even the vastness of the sea was not enough to thwart your coming here unto the hulk of Orus. You would be wise not to underestimate your adversaries here, despite their pitiable look. I am, of course, referring to the Pyre Hearts. These rites are but another war to them, and that makes you their mortal enemy. I expect your battle to be glorious.
Your fellow exiles are gathered on the rotting deck of the Hulk of Oars as your adversaries clamber into view. Ruki paws up to them.
Say, what are you worms even doing here? Can't you just swim back to the Commonwealth or the Sea Dominion or wherever it is you're from? Ha ha! An excellent point! It seems then that these adversaries in the Rites are clever, wouldn't you say, sire? Just get rid of them already, Gilman. As your commanding officer, this knight hereby commands it. Hark! This knight wishes to introduce his noble commander. No Worm Knight in history has withstood as many frontline battles. Doff your helm, sire, as is our custom. May our adversaries tremble at the sight of you. Sir Gilman attends to his commander's mask despite his protests. Wait, give me this knight. Give this knight his mask.
This knight hereby presents you the great Sir Deluge. A noble visage, is it not? Sir Deluge trembles and squirms.
Yeah, so you can swim or no?
Of course we knights can swim. All knights of the Sea Dominion can. This is still Sir Big Omen, right? They've got two characters over there now. I'm just trying to make sure which one is speaking. But we are exiles in this land, same as ye. We can swim, 'tis true, but 'tis summarily impossible to swim back up the river down which we were flushed to end up here. Nay, there's but one way to return.
Silence, Gilman! Nobody cares! Back to your post!
Sir Gilman hesitates, but does as he is told.
This knight knows who you are, Nightwings, and he is not afraid of you!
He somehow climbs back into his mask and coils up to his full height.
Now, on guard!
The exiles of the Worm Triumvirate take their positions as you focus on the Book of Rites. Taco Soldier is loving the narration. So whether that's mine or the characters, the writing in this is really good. And at least the attempt at voices is to keep track who's talking for people who might be listening in audio, because there's so many characters. Rita, Hedwin's illness means he cannot help us here. He shall be counting on us. He shall be counting on us.
Who shall stand together here this night?
So who has the lowest? So I want to bring in Tizo. And Tizo has, Tizo, it's easy for Tizo to get out, so we're going to keep that. Do you remember, does Tizo go male or female? I actually don't remember. Okay, and Hedwin can't, which is a shame. So let's bring Shay. Oh boy.
Shay.
And then, I feel a little bit self-conscious about putting Jodariel in every single match. Oh boy. This may not be a great idea, but we're going to go with 3 kind of light and fast characters and to really focus on our mobility here. Taco Soldier says your voice is cool. I'm glad that it's fun. The purpose is to have fun with it and to help people keep track of the story.
No way these Worm Knight bozos are faster than me. Gilman, the status report. What's our enemy's position?
They now stand ready to confront us, sire. A very brave triumvirate they seem to this knight's eye.
Brave! Air-sucking monsters, one and all! Pyre hearts, be ready!
Now begin.
Okay.
The first of many banishments.
Right. Okay. Not doing super well. Oh, Tizo came back immediately. As advertised. Nope. Lucky break.
Lord! Au revoir now, Sir Deluge.
Oh, wow. Okay. No! So they can, like, dive. They don't, Hold on. Can I jump across the gap? I can.
The Nightwings thus assert themselves.
So, for the benefit of Sebastian, the circle that you see forming. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Boom! The circle that you see around the feet of the characters, that's sort of like their aura, where they will disable an enemy. Like, banish them. It's basically a tackle, if you think of it that way.
Was almost cool.
But you cannot tackle when you have the ball. Your aura goes away, and that leaves you very vulnerable to getting hit. Shit!
The Worm Knight somehow did it.
Gilman, your form is sloppy. Fight them as though your miserable life is on the line.
Your words do wound me, sire. This knight gives every right his very, very best. Though perhaps we do have much to learn from such a brave triumvirate as the one whom we now face.
Whose side are you on? Get out there and vanquish them at once.
Rahum! Tizo notes the Pyre hearts seem to be too busy arguing to pay you any attention.
There seems to be dissension in your adversaries' ranks. 'Tis little wonder these fool worm knights are no longer fit to serve the commons. Yes! The orb.
And for the benefit of Sebastian, like, all the characters also have like different movement styles. So like Tizo can fly a little bit, and has like a fast hop, and Jadariel, who's not actually on the team right now, wow, she's very slow but has a massive tackle aura rather.
A blow against the adversary's pyre.
One more point, that's what I'm short.
'Tis taken. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail. Accomplished effortlessly, I might add.
Oh, hello to
The
blah
night
blah.
It's complete.
Screeah!
Tizo is very pleased to have prevailed against the Worm Knights of the Pyre Hearts. The sea was making me a little queasy, honestly, but we won!
Those worms were quick, all right, but Rookie Greentail's quicker.
This knight commends you, noble Nightwings. Gloriously fought indeed, and this knight shall wistfully remember this defeat until the end of his days.
Silence, Gilman! This is all your fault, and now cavorting with our enemies? How dare you!
This knight was but attempting honorary compliments, sire. Is it not in accordance with the rights to praise one's adversary on a worthy outcome?
Worthy? This knight will show you worthy, you miserable little minnow! You're a failure, Gilman! Get out from this knight's sight!
Oh, I may live to regret the voice that I gave Gilman. We might see him coming back here.
The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than it seems.
And again, for Sebastian, there's also like you gain experience points in the form of enlightenment for participating in the rites, and then you unlock skills for those characters. So Shay is saying, the 8 scribes, they inspire me, and now I feel that I've grown somehow closer to them, maybe? Let's see. Shay jumps and power jumps farther than usual, or when sprinting, Shay slows nearby adversaries. I mean, that seems really good, I'd say. Yeah, I want to take the webbed feet one that slows down adversaries. That one seems pretty good. Are we, that's it? We did it? Okay.
Until the next rite.
Maxine has a turn in. Maxine, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great night. After thwarting the Pyre hearts almost effortlessly, you at last return to the wagon with your companions. Now, I just have a question. If they, like, the almost effortlessly stuff, does that, what if it had been really close? Would it still say that? Or would it be like, after narrowly defeating the Pyre hearts, you at last return to the wagon? I'm just, it's a small point. It's not actually like a question. I'm just sort of curious about that because the writing in here seems targeted a lot of the time. Like, it's just, it feels so accurate. Maxine is saying goodnight to everybody. Yes, Maxine, back at you. Thank you so much for hanging out. There's little discussion of the Pyre hearts, who seem to have already swam off towards wherever the next stars dictate to them. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turned towards your companion who was absent for the rite. How is Hedwyn? The lone minstrel makes a sound, but no words form as yet. Something is troubling him. I urged him to remain bedridden. And he simply would not listen. I'm very sorry, but...
Wait, what?
Everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. But then... Hey, what's with all the long faces, everyone? Minstrel! I should wring that neck of yours! See, now it's... I need a Jadariel specific voice because I want her to sound like authoritative, and she's the one that I'm really struggling with maintaining constant. Okay, as I was attempting to explain, Hedwyn is already up and about, despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that are unaccustomed to sea voyages and take ill, they are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden or at least sedentary. Hedwyn is running a considerable risk of having to spend another night in great discomfort.
What, are you a doctor?
Nay, although I traveled with one extensively. Look, I appreciate the caution and concern, Tariq, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out of a rite like that before. So, you are back among the living then, Hedwyn? I was just seasick. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires rest. I think we could all use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. You follow him outside where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the rite back there without me being there. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through it. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. Can't begin to imagine where we'll be off to next. We're well past anywhere in the downside I've ever been. Even Jody hasn't gone this far. He bids you a good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. Seek again your destination. Grumpy's saying, wait, minstrel or menstrual? I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Oh, in response to Are You a Doctor? Mr. Scratch was also saying goodnight to Maxine. Yeah, I was thinking, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if blah, blah, blah is still here. We were actually talking about, like, I do miss playing games with, like, characters based on, like, Mia and Azaric and blah, blah, blah and Salamander and everybody. Like, those are super fun. I wasn't sure if this was going to be one of them, because I came into this one knowing very little. We're looking for our next destination? Current location. Oh, so this is our next destination. A silver star burns bright over the fissured lands of Black Basin. Some sort of flame unicorn. Still further north, then. Not simply north. This shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless tempest. A vessel such as ours has little hope of traversing it intact. A tempest raging in the Sea of Solace, seemingly for all eternity. The storm that arose after the death of a sea titan, unfathomable Plurnus, never has... After the death of the sea titan, unfathomed Plurnus, has never entirely subsided. Can't we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyre Hearts, our chances back in worm-held waters would be even worse.
Come on, people. It'll just be another day in the downside. Go get yourself some sleep while we still can. Bet you'll still feel better in the morning.
Your optimism is infectious.
Isn't it?
You all concur that rest is in order, for the sea journey has been taxing to everyone. Come daybreak, you shall have a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Okay, let's see who we can talk to. And we'll continue checking the book, but maybe it'll actually let us know. I don't know why the book sparkles sometimes, if not to signal that there's a new thing. Oh, and let's also check to see if we can do a Beyonder Crystal as well. Oh, hi, miss. I'm so happy right now. I'm happy because I was so worried about Mr. Hedwin for a while there, you know? He was so kind to me when we first met. Him and Mr. Dariel and Mr. Greentail and you too. But I just really like him. She sighs. She seems happy to be here. Say, do you, She trails off for a moment. Do you think he likes me too? She's wondering if you think Hedwin likes her. So, I feel like Shay is very young, or, like, has a very young personality. I couldn't possibly guess how old she is. Like, she seems very young is what I'm saying. So... I think I might change the subject. Shay should know that Hedwin enjoys her company, but may not share her feelings beyond that. Or if she's wondering how Hedwin feels about her, well, okay, I mean, like, that's fair. She should just talk to him. I think that's... So, without knowing their ages, it's not up to my character to step in the middle of this. Set aside for a moment what might be a difference in their respective ages. For my character to be the one to say, he might not be that into you. We've never talked to him about Shay. We have no reason to believe that. Why would we make Shay feel worse about herself and like it's not even worth talking to Hedwin? She can have that conversation with Hedwin. If there's a significant age gap, I would like to believe that Hedwin would say, that can't happen. Like, I treasure your journey with us, and I love having you as a teammate and a friend, but it must go no further than that. If there's not a significant age difference, and like, I don't know what the rules of this world are, but let's assume that they're both consenting adults, he can have that conversation with her as an adult. So I'm not gonna let her down. You go talk to Hedwin. You go talk to him. That's between the two of you. You suggest to Shay that if she has certain feelings for Hedwin, then she should let him know. It is a rare privilege to feel loved. She stares at you for a moment. Then she begins to laugh. Oh, you're so silly, miss. I didn't mean that I like him like that. That's so embarrassing. Anyway, I think that maybe he's a little old, you know? I'm gonna go cheer him up. This is a funny story. She bounds off, leaving you to ponder just what happened exactly. Well, I think what happened is all she said is that she really likes Hedwin, like he's her best friend. Jody K is saying you and Mia put way too much real life thought into these things. I like taking these decisions as, here's what I can say. If I've watched a lot of games, a lot of streams by people, and when it just feels like they're just like C, like they just like option C, and they're not like engaging with it, that makes it harder for me to engage as a viewer. So the way that I think about it, like hopefully by talking through the choice and like I want to engage with the game in good faith. So that's one of the ways in which I want to communicate that I'm making that attempt. And that's why, like, when there's a game that I don't like connect with necessarily, at least people will know that I tried, you know? That's the way that I'm thinking about it. Grumpy wants to hear me do Mia's voice. Grumpy, I couldn't even attempt that. Like the closest I can do is mimicking a specific thing that Mia does. Like when she goes, ha blah 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 blah. Ha blah blah. Like those are the things I can do, but I can't do Mia's voice. Like I'm way off from that. I can mimic specific things that Mia's done, and that's the closest that goes. Jody K likes picking the options that I think will end with something that I want to happen. Yeah, but Jody, doesn't it take some time sometimes to figure out what you want to have happen? Because, like, yeah, if I as a player really strongly feel about how I want things to go, I will insert that into the goings on. But short of that, I might try to think of, like, especially if I'm playing like a named character, like if I'm Max Caulfield, if I'm Lee in season 1 of The Walking Dead, if I'm Cassandra in Odyssey, I try to think of like, well, what would my character do? Because sometimes that's different from what I would do, you know? Like, at least that's how I think of it. Ragged Rock. The north current towards Stormwall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone, so there could be valuables. Down here, Tizo seems very eager to see the wagon head in this direction. Well, the thing is, last time we did what Tizo wanted, didn't we? No, last time we did what Shay wanted. I did not do what Tizo wanted. But nonetheless, I feel like I want to do what Ruki wants, partially because I do want to have more money for all of those upgrades and things. So, Mia's saying that I suspect they're looking for a Mia-ism. I don't know that I have any specific Mia-isms right now. Like one of the things that Mia's done, I always like that clip where Mia goes, this one comes up a lot, but I still really love the one where Mia goes, "Eat my flare." She goes, "Eat my flare." Oh, balls! I don't know what that does. Was that a flashbang? Maybe so. Eat a bag of dicks. And then the part that I can't mimic at all is when she goes back to get more more ammo. She goes no, give me the ammo. No, give me the fucking ammo. Okay. My fat fucking ass. Reload. But she like completely loses the melody when she's trying to get the ammo. It's very funny. Okay. The remnants of a shattered fleet do little to raise the confidence of your companions, given that the massive deathless tempest rages to the north, not far from your position. We ought to be more concerned with that storm than finding trinkets, Greentail. Oh, relax already, Jody. Let me do my job. I don't show up when you're out there keeping watch and start telling you how to come off it now, do I? You interrupt me in the middle of my work no fewer than 4 times per day. They go on like this for some time before turning to you. Investigating the wreckage is going to take time, but you may find something to show for it. Yeah, of course we will. Why would we stop? No, we're gonna get the stuff. That's why we came here. You suggest it may well be worthwhile to consider searching through the wreckage after coming this far. Ruki grins wide.
Knew you'd see it my way, sister. Now let's see what we can get.
After an exhaustive search...
Sorry, sister. I think I was just chasing the refraction of the sun or something. There's nothing down there.
Jodariel fumes at all of this, but says nothing. -1 hope. I would expect her to gain +1 resentment. Yes, so Mia has put up the big blob clip. Just a quick warning. That big blob clip has, like, before you click on it, it is like what I would consider to be a spoiler for the game inside. So if you intend to play the game inside, which I have played, I think it's very good. Mia also played it. It is very, very good. If you intend to play it, you should play it and then click on that link at a later time. But if you either have already played it or you just have no interest in inside or don't care about spoilers for it, yes, that that is a very good example of a Mia-ism. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand that you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then, something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar.
Hold, good ladies and good sirs! This knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, worm?
Okay, so we gotta work something out for her. I need to go maybe a little more, shit. What, my name is Hickey Dorcoon. No, we can't do this voice for Jodariel, I don't think.
What is it now, worm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do, and in turn, this knight has further need of you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined! Let this knight join you, please. Can you believe this, Hedwyn? Not really, no. Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valor in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you, upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the Sea Dominion, that he shall serve you to the end. What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyre hearts? They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless creatures, having witnessed true glory in our clash upon the hulk of oars. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. It is not so that you would seek passage. Is it not so that you would seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way to cross the storm, some sort of long-held secret among worms exiled to these waters. Yeah, swim underwater, I bet is the answer. Jodariel pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most certain that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Most sure. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're gonna get. Jodariel glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. I don't know why she's so against this dude. Hedwyn is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the deathless tempest, then he can come along for now. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you pass the storm. Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings in the name of the Nightwings, and thus he shall go forth. Consent to what specifically? For your permission for something. How about beg pardon? What's that? It's not clear to you as to what exactly Sir Gilman intends for you to do right now. Right. Correct. As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths. Yet, through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he's going and what he intends to do. Well, we'll help see his mission through, which is actually our mission. Yes, both of those clips are really good. Oh, yep, and the Mia musicality, but also both of the inside clips.
Determined to prove himself to you in the Nightwings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you. Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then, he implores you now, lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought be not far east of here. Today, we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that amongst this knight's brethren, the attacks we are about to take are highly forbidden. Also, they were actions, not attacks. But they are highly just. Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Okay, this is the first time that we've been this dude. So we can... Oh, hold on, look. When we press B, it pops all of them and it goes back to the start of the trail. Jump. Hark! Yonder lies the foul spawn of the unfathomed plurns, boiling the sea with their wrath. Exiled worms within these waters long have harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage to the downside's channels for any save this knight's own kind. Begone now from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the Underking oars started. I don't know why some of these are glowing. Or what? Oh, I popped the bubbles, do I? Oh, look, you can actually, like, use it to teleport through, like, physical objects. Watch. If we go around to the other side of this and then press B, he actually does a straight line back rather than, like, going back around. Oh, and you gotta, like, speed it up. I get it. Hold it right there, you traitorous slug! How dare you turn your back on this knight? To your superior? Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Last this knight's checked, here you hold no sway over this knight. Ah! And what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done that which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. He figured this would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. Why am I talking about myself in the third person? Well, why you? You dare to staunch the tempest for those Nightwings? Good Sir Deluge, this knight was born to dare. Now come and fight this knight, if you so dare as well. Yeah, Pyre Heights, Hearts, banish him. That's an order. Get him. We gotta get 8 of them. What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this knight yourself and leave the dirty work unto your charges? Fine, Gilman. You wish to stand against your commander, then have it your way. Sir Marsh, Lady Seagrass, to me. Banish now this noble troublemaker. Blammo! Oh, we got all 3 of them. You are master of this night no longer, Sir Deluge. Thus shattered our fraternal bonds. Thus shatter them. This was a good way to teach his mechanics. I may not be good at them when it comes to an actual match, but I get how they function. This knight would say it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie. And yet another stain upon his blackened reputation. Until we meet again! Wait, you lowly traitor! This knight will have your head! Gilman! Sebastian will be right back. Sebastian, we will be here at least for a bit longer. We're going to do at least one more rite. As the day wears on, there is still no sign of the Worm Knight. Your companions grow restless. But then... Hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them. Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a worm knight. And, more importantly, that little tempest ought to no longer pose a threat for now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. Would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it. Now, if it would be all right with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. I've only got the one. The Worm Knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gilman. Welcome to the Nightwings. He wakes back up. Huzzah! Then he goes to sleep again. Bid him welcome. All right, you have not yet been to this region of the downside. I want to hear, when Cara Luna does Space Engineers specifically, I would love to hear Cara Luna do a Splitsy voice. Like, when I see Cara Luna, when I watch Cara Luna play Space Engineers, which he hasn't done in a little bit now, but I always think to myself, like, I can just hear Splitsy go, "G'day, Cara Luna, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today, we're gonna build a craft that can bring us all the way into space." I love his intros. Like, that dude just has such a cool voice. Anyway, he's better than me. With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the Tempest. You were true to your word, Worm. I shall give you that. But now what? We are stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question, and from one most fair. Call me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah, and from one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with ye. Just where do we go from here? Answer the question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing, although eventually he does make note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Then let me be the first to say, let's go. We are on the verge of sailing across the Sea of Solace.
Say, Tariq?
Aye, Rookie, what is it?
That loot you're always carrying around. You know how to play that thing, don't you?
Why, I suppose I do.
Good, because I was thinking it's a little gloomy here and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood. Know what I mean?
Aye, then let me see what I can do. Just in case this kicks off some sort of licensed music and we wind up getting muted after this point, we will be unmuted shortly thereafter and noted in the show notes, but I'm not going to talk over if we get a special, like, musical interlude here.
The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, oh, oh,
I don't know if there's more lyrics. At last your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground, the land called Black Basin. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so you can take stock of how best to reach your destination.
the Titan met her end on its prow, forsaken by the tides. In death she leaves her stain on the place.
I don't know how to handle this. I both want to hear the music and also want to advance the story.
Her final throes and shivers and shakes 1,000 years gone by. Oh.
Sir Yeoman's crest is an official certification of knighthood in the Commonwealth, oft sought by the Wyrm Knights. Like, I want to hear this from me as part of it. Yeah, the way I think of it, somebody sat down, they wrote that music, they performed that music, they sang that song. It's a special thing that's like, it's not just like random background music, but it's specific to this point in the game. At least it feels that way. So like, I want to hear that, and it's bottomlessly disappointing to me when you have something like that in a game, but then it qualifies as licensed music. So like, you can have it on in the background of you talking over it, but you don't get to fully enjoy it with the audience. It just continues to be this aspect of streaming that I think a lot about, I guess. Okay, so let's go. At this moment, if we wind up getting muted for that, then we get muted for that. Like, what can you do? Anyway, the disappointment there won't be the loss of my commentary or the voice work or anything else. The loss there is the chance for people who didn't see this live in the VOD if they don't get to hear that music, because it's good music that real people worked hard on. And why does that not get to be included in the VOD in the context that it was? Everybody knows how I feel about it. Whatever. Sir Yeoman seems to have something on his mind. You approach Sir Yeoman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. Okay, look, I can take a lot on faith, but with what is he fencing? He doesn't have any arms. He regards you with his single eye. Hail, Master Reader! This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwings. He shall ensure that this triumvirate continues to live up to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor, and this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre heart, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law, described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name, they are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules, as they were written by the Under-King Ors and his 7 friends, deserves neither honor nor his freedom. Thusly does this knight have confidence the Master Reader shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion. Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness. So please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. And this mask was here, Sir Yeoman's crest, an official certification of knighthood in the Commonwealth, oft sought by Wyrm Knights. And I don't want to ring that bell anymore. Rookie really disliked that. Cooking tins, yeah. Alright. So, Carolyn is saying, I wonder if I'm running any adjustment on the mic. Apparently, I don't. I run it completely flat. Yeah, also, Carolina, I 110% agree with Mia. I think that your just natural speaking voice is wonderful. I love it. I'm always worried about making people self-conscious, but I love it when I get to visit with Caroluna, or like, better yet, sometimes in the rare occasion I get to raid over, and he goes, "Hello, Angel," like. It's so welcoming. It's great. It really is. You find that Headwind has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. On that note, though, I think the only modifications that we're running on this mic is just a limiter to make sure that it doesn't get too... That it doesn't, like, if I yell or laugh too loud or something, that hopefully it doesn't get all, like, overloaded. What's the phrase? Not breaking, but, like, overmaxed. I cannot think of the word right now. Yeah, Caroluna runs a limiter as well. It's just, what that does is just make sure that, like, the volume on the mic never gets beyond a point that the mic can actually support, and just sounds like garbage. Or worse, gets so loud on stream that it's like it's just hurts your ears or whatever. You find that Headwind has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. All right, everyone, don't go too far and let's meet back by dusk. Please use caution. The exiles training in these lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the Black Wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned or earlier. Hi, everyone, I'm back! I've come back! Shay returns from the east with little to report, save for word that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. This knight yet lives, though he has little else to report. The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from a northern pass visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Kree-hawak! Tizo wonders whether any species of fish live in the pools or rocks nearby. The little imp Tizo seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you, near to the wagon. There's a western pass that seems traversable. If we travel by the light of dawn, the shadows in the crags may well cover our advance against whomever may be watching. Begging your pardon, I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam, though in my experience we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb towards the nest of Triesta. The exiles are the high-wing remnants. You may have no love for them, inherently, but they have no such qualms with me for now. I may be able to negotiate safe passage. The high-wing remnants, the last surviving faction of the Winged Harps, the ancient enemies of the Commonwealth. They are as coarse as their feathers. They hold themselves superior. Negotiate with them? Then Headwind steps in as the lone minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide this just yet. We're not going anywhere right now, that much we can agree on. Let's decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take the rest of the afternoon and get our bearings. Jodariel glares at the sky as everyone else disperses. Okay, vocations. So, we have so far, every time we've had a chance to do this, done a mentor companion. I don't know what Study in Private unlocks, save for a small global bonus. Let's do it. Let's see what it is. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Though greater understanding comes the reader's influence, which is attribute bonuses you bestow on all your fellow exiles who participate in the rites. The triumvirate, whose reader is well attuned to the book, has an inherent edge against his adversaries. So, we can give everybody +1 hope, +1 quickness, +1 presence. I definitely want the presence. Yeah. Presence is the size of the aura. I want those to be as large as possible. And Sebastian is back. So Sebastian, every once in a while you get a chance to choose what you do with your off time, and we just chose to give everybody a little bit of a bonus to their presence. You attune yourself to the strange and mystic properties of the Book of Rites, embracing such as possible that which cannot be explained or truly known. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Yep, tenacity. Finish studying. All right, continue your journey. So we're headed there, but I don't think that we can go directly there. So our options are High Wing Cove. The lone minstrel believes he can negotiate safe passage with the harps via this path. So Jodariel felt very strongly against doing that. So we're going to go with what Jodariel says. Wishes to avoid the harps by staying on low ground. The minstrel said, I can do this. Tariq said, I can do this. And Jodariel said, absolutely not. Go to hell. The shattered lands of the Black Shore proved difficult to traverse for the Black Wagon. This is a low road to the nest of Trieste, which passes through razor-sharp sands. Oh, that's a cool idea. Like, it's like a desert of sands, but they're like super sharp like glass. You know what sort of bring that to mind? I shattered a measuring cup, guys. Like a Pyrex measuring cup. I didn't think those broke, and certainly not into the razor sharp slivers that this one went down. So it had like I was actually measuring something, so it had liquid in it. So that went all over the place, which made it harder to clean up. So I started with like paper towels, and I swept everything in towards the center of the spill, got up as much as I could, got all the liquid up. Then I swept really carefully with a broom, again, in towards the center. And then I went around with like a Swiffer sweeper to try to get it up, because like, you just don't want to get glass in your feet. You just don't. And then I warned my producer and anybody else that might be coming over, shoes on in the kitchen for at least a bit, because holy hell. Yeah, as Jody K says, those are hard to break. Yes, they are. And when I'm just letting you guys know, when they break, they just turn into slivers of glass. Like razor sharp little tiny specks of like, they just go all over the place. Anyway. Jodariel searches for a solid path forward. Also, we had ignored Jodariel when she was like, stop looking for something. Ruki, you're wasting our time. So it's time to listen to her. Fire in these blasted lands. How are we supposed to proceed through this? Perhaps I may be of some assistance. This place is not so unfamiliar to me, nor are its hidden denizens. Please remain with the others until I return, madam. I shall not be long. The minstrel disappears into the cliffs before Jodariel can protest. In the meantime, you and she continue to keep watch, sensing unseen eyes. The last time that one disappeared on us, we searched for him for days. But this time, he soon returns. I have secured safe passage through the nest of Trieste. We may proceed. Secured safe passage with whom exactly? Just then, a winged woman dives down from the sky. She looks Jodariel up and down, and then she soars away without a word. Good, because I don't have any more voices. The lone minstrel says nothing more either. Jodariel's scowl deepens. For centuries, the Commonwealth withstood the high-wing remnants' treacherous assaults thanks to soldiers such as she. Oh, hold, god damn it! Like, what? I didn't do this wrong, right? We went down her path. What this means is that if Jodariel gets sniped at any point in the right, like if we have her come in there, she's going to be down for a super long time because she has so little hope. I specifically went with her plan. At last you arrive at the nest of Trieste, where the next rite is soon to commence. You cannot shake the feeling that unseen eyes watch your wagon's ascent and remain watching now. Hey, okay, so page revealed, right? It just said something. It just said, wait, no. It just said page revealed. Down the... Wait, what the fuck is all this? Okay. That's the forward. Hi everyone. So it turns out that they're like, this is not page 1, it's chapter 1. Well, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we've read the first Exile. So it is adding pages to chapter 1. Oh my god. Okay. I kept feeling like there was something I was missing, and I didn't realize that you could use the shoulder bumpers to turn pages. Because, like, okay, and you can also click on it with the mouse. All right, I screwed this up. I just felt there's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing. The Last Emperor. How many nations did I scour in the name of Solium Mur? How many countries fell before our spears and blades? Such questions mattered less to me with every passing victory. Our legions swelled across the land, and our dominion grew. The Emperor Solium Mur paid all this little heed. He only tended to his personal affairs. Our legions relished the autonomy. We did not know that the Emperor cared nothing for his legions, nor his people. He cared only for that which was before him. One day, he learned of such a thing as to befit his name and vowed to seek it out. The Rope Caller. I knew it was a fool's errand, but my liege, he would not listen. He instead insisted to pursue a certain treasure, a celestial orb, freshly fallen from the heavens in the reaches of the downside. He would be a living legend if only he could grasp it. Whispered in his ear... He would be a living legend if only he could grasp it. Whispered in his ear that Kalimur, Rope Caller, his elder and most trusted aide. Would that I slew that man myself. He was a simple and yet his was a simple and yet brilliant ruse to draw the Emperor farther still from his responsibilities and towards his greed. Thus did the Emperor begin an expedition into the Forsaken Lands. He insisted that he go himself. This is the Emperor's collapse. And then we're going to stop here, and then we'll read more maybe after the match. It was not long before the Empire began to crumble. With my liege gone, his own country quickly turned upon itself. I must admit that this collapse had started long before the Emperor's disappearance. His decision to give chase after a myth but hastened the inevitable. All the while, the Rope Caller stood by, awaiting such a time as he could rule in my liege's stead. He would be our people's savior. His first charge was to organize a search for the missing Solium Mur. Warriors, pathfinders, and scholars heard the call and prepared to seek him out. So we're going to leave on down the river, unless that's the last one. No, okay. So we're going to leave on down the river, and then we'll read more a little later. Let me just see if there's anything in the Beyonder Crystal. Okay, no news. What? No, I wanted to make sure that there was no scribe crystals. Hold on, we might exit out of this. I don't think that I want to do a practice right. Hopefully there's like a whoops cancel button. So we're back. Look there, our host approaches. Practice rites. Thanks, good to be back. No enlightenment is rewarded. You may train here with your fellow exiles as much as you wish, or press start to return to the wagon. To wagon. Yes, please. I'm not against practice rites. I just did not intend to do one right now. Okay. Time seems to have stood still while you experience the vision. Okay, let's go to the right. Commence the rite. You and your fellow exiles gather on the blasted lands called the Nest of Trieste, expecting the imminent commencement of the rites. You see no sign of any adversaries, but then you hear a whooshing sound above. This then, hold on, I can't. This then is what passes for the, passes for the Nightwings now. Such a rebel. No, I don't have anything for her yet. Not rude. I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. Such a rabble, not even dressed for the occasion yet. It seems the scribes have little pride for their tradition. Hold your tongue, little bird. We have not come for talk. No, you have come on behalf of your commonwealth. I don't have any voice for her at all. Mark well my words, you horned filth. When at last we free ourselves, your home shall burn. With that, the harp swoops off as Jodariel glowers after her. It is only then that you realize another harp has come. I like her red wings. Those look great. She is quite serious, I assure you. I can help you sort her out. It's in our mutual interest. You know not of my interest. Let's give this another shot. Hi, my name's Pyre Thane. The surly one back there, that was my blood sister. Now, no need to judge her harshly, though. We've only just met just now. We've only met just now. Though I must say, something about you reminds me of her. Could you be more insulting? Like, read the room, Pamitha. How dare you implicate that I have anything in common with your ilk? Just then Hedwyn shows up to intervene. He whispers something to Jodariel. No, Hedwyn, you cannot be serious. Jody, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. Am I perhaps interrupting something? Say, by the by, however did you make it all this way across the sea? Didn't see you fly in? Trust is something I'm loath to give away, Hedwyn. But you have set our course thus far, and I have followed. So, do as you must. That sandalwood had better have an explanation for all this. Jodariel storms away as Hedwyn turns to you. What's your take on this one, my friend? Our informant wants someone for each mask. I hadn't expected we'd run into a harp, yet here she is. What are you getting from her? You turn your attention to Pamitha, who has been watching with bemused interest. She appears to be one of the wings harps of the High Wing remnants now bound in exile. Yeah, she appears to be, based on her bright red wings. Ah, a reader, are you? Pleased to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently all you want, and tell your comrades there's the truth of it, why don't you? You sense that she is conflicted about something, though you do not know what. You also sense, however, that her motives, here and now, are earnest. Hedwyn wants to know your initial impression of Pamitha. I don't know, she seems alright to me. Yeah, you know what? Having only just met her, you cannot sense whether or not to trust her and defer to Hedwyn. Hedwyn believed in me, and that seemed to work out okay. Taco Soul just says, all right, I'm going to go lay on the couch in the living room with the AC on. It's hot in California. Taco, I'm not sure that I knew that you were in California, but yeah, large sections were like well over like 110 right now, I think, especially inland. Have an awesome stream, Angel, and I'll catch you all next time. I'm going to my younger cousin's engagement party tomorrow. Taco, A, please stay cool and safe. B, I hope the AC keeps up and you have a great evening. And C, I hope you have a great time at the engagement party. I cannot imagine that your cousin, cares what we think, but please, just consider our congratulations in place. That sounds awesome. Congratulations on the engagement. And Mia is also saying, have a great night to Taco Soldier. You tell Hedwyn that you cannot adequately judge Pamitha just yet. While you have certain reservations, you defer to him on what to do. I understand, my friend, and I appreciate your backup on this one. Above all, we need to give Sandalwood the benefit of the doubt, which means doing the same right now for Pamitha. We've come this far thanks to a certain faith, and right now it's telling me to take her with us, even though Jodariel isn't going to like it. He then turns to Pamitha. I'm Hedwyn. We'll accept your offer on 2 conditions, if you'll hear me out. Conditions? Why, sure. I love a good condition or two. First, after we're finished here tonight, you come along and make sure that your blood sister and her friends don't give us any trouble when we're headed out. Second, you'll have to find a way to get along with Jodariel, whom you met earlier. Brilliant. I have no plans to stick around here anyway. As for your demon friend, no doubt we'll get on famously. Now, I don't suppose you have an extra set of raiments I could use, because I think the rite is getting started. You look up and see that she is right. Pamitha Thane has joined you. She has a score to settle. Each of the different races of the downside has distinct sets of abilities when conducting the rites. And that's where the practice rites would come in handy.
I thought for sure the stars would have eluded you by now. Yet here you are, somehow. upon the nest of Trieste. And you've swelled the ranks of your triumvirate not merely with another, but with two. One from the Pyre heart, no less, and one who seeks the favor of the adversaries whom you'll imminently face. They are the essence, winged terrors, as you soon shall see. Can your longing for freedom match their hatred for the vibrant country that was once your home?
From a distance, you observe Pamitha, now clad in Nightwing's raiments, heads towards your adversaries in the Rites. You? What sort of heathen heart would dare take wing against us? Now I've got Tamitha and Pamitha. Your new companion then loosens the bindings on her mask. Hello there, Tamitha. Pamitha's blood sister stares back at her before responding. What in the saint's name are you doing there with them? Doubtless come to dig your talons in my back again. No, sister. They're twins. What do you want? No, sister. I've come to have a word with you. Save it. I cannot help but share your poisoned blood, but I shan't ever count on you as my sister. You expect me to believe that you come all this way for talk. You waste your time as ever. What's life if not a waste of time, dear sister? Give me a chance, why don't you? What do you even have to lose anymore? More? I can't do this. Besides, I've come a long way. Silence. You shan't have come here, and the time for talk is long since past. If only you could see yourself again consorting with my enemies. Fine then, savor their defeat, but I warn you, stay away from me. Pamitha says nothing more as her blood sister turns away again. Grumpy has shown Moo the blah 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 and says that it's terrifying. Hob blah 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 blah. Pamitha gets your attention. My name is Hickey Dog-kun. Listen to me, Rita darling. The rest of you are ill-equipped to navigate this place. Let me conduct this ride on your behalf, and my wings shall bring you victory. Dear lady, your words ring true. This knight is flattered that you have not eaten him, as is the tendency among your kind. This knight hereby volunteers his post for the triumvirate for thee. Sir Gilman refuses to participate in the rites this night so that Pamitha can face her sister. You observe the treacherous terrain. Pamitha should be better suited to the rites here than the rest of you.
Now let us begin.
All right. Well, I mean, we're obviously gonna do this. So what I need then is a thing to put onto her, and I don't know much about Pamitha, but we go with the +2 presence. Well, hold on. What is That's Rookie only. +2 quickness. Okay, let's... Oh, and she's reluctant. She waits your decision about Pamitha. Right. Chivalrous. Okay. So... So who do we know is definitely going to be in it? Pamitha's definitely in it. Sir Yeoman's definitely not in it. I kind of want to have Rookie in it, I think. Oh, and Tizo. Okay. So... Yeah, let me tentatively... Yeah, I kind of want to have Jodariel in it. Yeah, Jodariel wants to kick the shit out of those guys. So, yeah. Okay, so here's our crew. She keeps her thing. Yeah, Headwind is, I think, somewhat lighter than the rest. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this off of Shay. We're going to give that to Pamitha. Choose. Well, I thought you'd never ask there, darling. I accept. If the little bird is going to conduct the rites for us... Oh, shit! Then I shall not. Okay, well, I guess we're not bringing her then. Well, then in that case, I'm going to take away her contract, and we're going to give that to... Yeah, see, now we can't give her the contract. That's awesome. Thanks, Jadariel. Well, I guess we could give this to Shay, although I don't think that she'll be knocking too many people out. Although, yeah, we're gonna bring Hedwyn and Tizo. You can count on me, my friend.
Tizo.
Pre-creaky.
Very well.
Come then, sister. Perhaps when we are finished here, you'll spare a moment of your time. I shan't be tricked by you again, Pamitha. How poetic that we meet here on the downside. I can think of nowhere else where I would rather see you rot for what you did, to your people and to me. Pamitha seems to sense your presence, then catches your attention. Hello there, reader darling. If I'm to be at your mercy in all this, I'd like it very much if you could minimize how often I'm to wallow in a state of banishment. Quickly, let me show you what we sisters of the High-Wing Remnants can do.
Reader, you put yourself amidst a feud between two sisters? That seems entirely unwise. Even for you. Tread lightly around that exiled Pamitha. Her kind's all but forgotten Saint Triesta's grace.
While tackling, Pamitha cannot be banished. Okay, interesting. And she leaves a big trail. See, darling? We hops, we're not so bad. Now I suppose we'd better get to work, Just don't go underestimating Tamith over there. I trust you'll do the best you can. To the skies, sister. Talon formation. I don't know how to do her voice. They're two exact same character. Balls.
The first banishment. Already does your adversary's flame begin to flicker.
Hedwyn, was it? Tell me something. Do you know how to fly? I wish I did right about now. Then listen up. My blood sister there, she'll swoop right past you if you're careless, but we hops simply cannot get much altitude down here. So if she goes for any unfair tricks, just jump for it and catch her in the act. She always hated when I used to do that to her. Press X to block flying adversaries.
There.
Well, fuck. Shit!
Be gone now, Tamitha. Glorious.
Hey, flying in gives you like a solid 20 of damage, I mean.
Poor exile.
Okay. Yeah, boy. Okay, this sucks.
Abhorrent.
Wow, I didn't get the best of that.
The orb is up. Beauteous.
I was actually trying to go directly in and just, like, bounce past it. Okay, that's... What button is it to do the pass? Oh. Blarg, okay.
Down goes that one.
Wow, okay. Tizo's a really good character, or at least I get him real well. Damn you, Pamitha! You're no true Thane. What's Thane, by the way? Just her last name? A feared clan of the High Wing remnants. Pamitha and Tamitha are its surviving members. To think that you have the gall to call me sister, still, after everything you wrought upon us. I hate to break it to you, Tamitha, but I don't think my actions, however much they hurt you, had any effect on our familial status. Look, I know I wronged you. That's why I'm here. You don't know my side of the story. Your side of the story, if I wanted to hear more lies and deception, I ought to have asked the Commonwealth to stay my sentence for a while. Well, if you've come all this way to face me, Pamitha, then come and do it. You and me. You think that Pamitha... You think that you see Pamitha shake her head. Everyone, stay back. This time it's personal. Prevail over Tamitha.
What is it those two think they're doing? The Rites are not the place to settle petty scores. Oh.
Wow, like she's just really good with the tackle. I suck at the tackle.
And it is done. The you-know-who prevailed. Their adversaries proved no match for them.
So I definitely like Pamitha. There's nobody in the game that I don't like so far. Like in terms of like controlling them, playing them. You Commonwealth filth. Only through that traitor's help could you have beaten us. You postpone the coming of our liberty, but we are ever patient, and our sisters on the other side shall have their day, with or without my aid. Tamitha, wait, please. You found good company there, Pamitha. May you wither here with them. I hope sincerely we shan't ever meet again. Pamitha stands motionless as her blood sister departs. Hey, she's gone. The rest of us are headed back. What about you? Sure, I don't see why not.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
I used to think that scribes were just the stuff of stories, but all of this really is their doing, isn't it? So Mia's saying, wait, there's nobody in the game that you don't like? What's that like? At least in terms of, like, controlling them. In terms of personality? No, even in terms of personality, I'm not, like, real down on anybody so far. Nobody's, like a big jerk about stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll discover some disagreeable characteristics as we go. So, moon formation. While bearing the orb, Hedwyn and his allies move with and past the orb more quickly. Now, what I like about this track for Hedwyn is that he benefits everybody on the squad when he's playing. May instantly return banished allies by moving to where they fell. That sounds super powerful. To be able to, like, instantly resurrect a friend.
The imp Tizo appears to have a certain depth of knowledge.
Wait. Mr. Scratch was saying, in the female character you're doing, you need to say, I do declare at the end of every line. It gets increasingly difficult as you get more and more characters with spoken lines to try to keep them all straight. Tizo is just... Fortunately, Tizo does not speak. He only, like, you are only informed of what he would be saying. Tizo just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the Rites and is part of the Nightwings. Alright, so... Last time we took that he flutters and zips much more quickly. Tizo's implodability, right, we haven't even done that, can banish adversaries in a much wider area. I already really like that. After casting Implode, Tizo returns much faster than usual. Well, we haven't even done it yet, so I want to make sure that he bursts in like the maximum possible size. Oh, she was so close.
Until the stars align.
After triumphing over the Essence, I did not know that that's what they were called, a triumvirate of winged harps, harboring a deep hatred for the Commonwealth. With great prowess, you and the others return to your wagon to consider your next move, how best to integrate Pamitha into the group. Yeah. Don't worry, I won't be staying any longer than it takes. I like my fresh air, so I can keep up on the roof. I trust the Rites will cause my path and Tamitha's to cross again before too long. I do declare. You're welcome with us for now, Pamitha. Trust is what got us here. Isn't that right, Rookie? But Rookie does not seem to hear the question. He's been rather quiet since first encountering your new guest. Pamitha shoots him one of her smiles. He stammers something about having to check the wagon wheels again. He runs off. During this discussion, the minstrel pulls you aside. Reader, I ask a moment of your time outside. There's somewhere I may ask we go here in the Black Basin, Reader. By your leave, of course, and provided that the stars allow it. Would you look upon them for us, please? Yes, seek now your destination. I do not know why the last couple I just had trouble finding. This couldn't be more clear. The vernal star burns bright over the densest woods in Black Basin. The Glade of Lu, directly due west then. It is just as my client indicated. This client of yours, our informant, Sandalwood. He entrusted us with this wagon, this quest. Why? What does he want from us? You may ask him yourself. He awaits us somewhere in Wakingwood, due west. Wakingwood is a labyrinth of a forest on the western half of Black Basin. Few know their way around it. The path to the sacred Mount Elodial lies far beyond these suffocating woods. How do we find him? He shall find us. It seems you are soon to finally meet Sandalwood. At dawn, you shall have to cross a single narrow path leading west, where he supposedly awaits. Oh, let's talk to Pamitha. I also like the name Pamitha. You approach Pamitha, who is kept to herself since she joined your small band. You sense she is unaware of you as she preens her flight feathers, but then she speaks up before you can do the same. Come to check up on me, reader darling? In those first moments when we met, the lack of confidence which you related to that nice headwind boy, it's understandable you'd not see past these wings. Okay, just saying, it's not really like a wing thing. It's that I don't know you at all, and I was being asked if I trust you. I don't know. It wasn't mistrust, it was lack of active trust. Those are different things. One of your kind's ancient enemies just happens to insert herself into your group, and you just go with it. However, I assure you that my motives here are plain. You'll see. I've business with my blood sister Tamitha, and nothing more. You briefly met, I think? She's quite a catch. As to the little quibble between us, well, it's a long story all in all. One that's frankly no one's business but hers and mine. Surely we'll run into her again. Maybe not soon, but in time. And we have the rest of our long lives to wait. Anyway, happy to aid you in your quest until such time, especially to the extent that it aids me in mine. A simple exchange. Till then, stay vigilant, darling. You needn't concern yourself with making small talk with someone like me. And besides, we hops have a saying, lies abound. She swoops away before you can respond. Oh look, the silver cudgel head is swimming around in there. Yeah, normally it looks like that, but yeah, the fish is actually present. All right, so the Book of Rites. Let's read a little bit more. Where we were down the river? Yeah. The Emperor Sol... We were supposed to be reading this all along, and I just couldn't find the pages. So I didn't know how books worked. The Emperor Solium Mur knew naught of this, of course. His expedition yielded not the treasure he desired, but brought him closer to his country than he had ever been before. As he traveled down the river Sklorian in pursuit of greed, he found instead an inkling of shame. He saw the sunken faces of his people, heard their words for him. In time, he could not ignore it, and it proved more than he could bear. The river finally claimed him, his belongings, and his retinue. Once the people heard, I understand they cried with joy. Perhaps he ought have perished. But the money shown to him, I think, is what transformed him. The hunt for Mur. My emperor lay there, bleeding and alone, stranded in a bitter land beyond the river. With fleeting consciousness, he understood the folly of his quest and the folly of his rule over his country. Thus did he await the last embrace. It was the imp Haub that nursed him back to health and warned him often of the dangers he would have to face. Many enemies of Mur would come in search for him. Some under employment by the rope caller, some longingly open for cold, uncomplicated vengeance. I was one of them. I plunged into the river willingly. We needed to be sure he was dead. And that is... So now we're all the way through. Okay, so now we're all caught up. There's nothing after the forward. See, that's another thing. Like, I pressed the shoulder buttons here, and the pages never turn. So I was like, oh, that must not be how it works. But, nope. We are going to go all the way to the last page again. Okay, and now we'll be able to continue from there. Let's see if there's any Beyonder Rites. Not just yet. So I don't know what... I don't know. I was thinking maybe it was every time they ranked up, but no, it is nothing like that. Let's ask what's on our mind. So then, what was her voice again? I don't remember now. So then, we're back in solid land or something like that, This must be Black Basin. Flames and noxious fumes on one side, suffocating force on the other. Lovely, lovely place. So good of you to take me here. You truly would pursue those blasted stars until the farthest corners of this land, it seems. Though, I'd better cease my blasphemy, or else the scribes themselves might just descend from up high and strike me with another much-deserved penalty. The thrill of such transgressions, reader, sometimes it keeps me going, not that I have any real choice. Now, we had best get back to our normal business, as it were. Okay. Bid her farewell. Jody K has just sent Mia a photo in a PM in Discord. I would guess it is of the raft. And Jody, if it is, I would also submit Mia does have like a video games and screenshots channel, so it would go real well there if that's what it is. So, that was a very fun episode 2 of Pyre. I don't have a sense of how long the game is, but if the end of the experience bar is any indication, we're still in like the first 25%. So this seems to have a good amount of story and a lot of different areas that you're going to visit. Like, we've now gone across the ocean to an all new land. I wasn't like... We could have like tooled around the existing land for another three rights for all it, for all the sense I had on how much was left. But now we've gone across, we have a boat. It wouldn't surprise me now that we've been introduced to like flying races that we might teach the Black Wagon how to fly at some point, and that would open up even more areas. It is a screenshot of Morthanolma. I think I got that right. Morthanolma, which may still be the raft. I'm not sure, but Mia is very much in love. So, guys, this was a very, very fun stream. Thank you so much for hanging out for episode 2 of Pyre, and we will see you again very soon. possibly as early as tomorrow. However, tomorrow I would very much like to watch Salamander's stream of Raft, because he's actually been doing live streams of it on Sundays, followed by Mia's Slow and Steady Sunday, which will last from noon, usually until a good chunk into the afternoon and evening, where she'll be playing some more of Horizon Zero Dawn. Sebastian, goodbye to you. Thank you again for the follow. A wave back at Mia. I'm actually, sorry, not Mia, Grumpy. I'm actually literally waving for all the good that it does with no camera. More than a llama, says Jody K. But with character restrictions. And Grumpy saying, Salamander, Mia, Angel, sounds like a good lineup. This was great. Have a good night, says Mr. Scratch. And Mr. Scratch, more than anything else, like, you know, just above and beyond, I really do hope that you're doing well. Please check in from time to time. I hope your recovery goes very well. I have had in my life several people that I've known who ultimately wind up going in for knee replacements, for example. And I do tell them that everyone that I've known who's gone for that style of surgery was always ultimately extremely happy with the results. Sometimes that first section of physical therapy and recovery was something of a journey, but on the other side of it, they were so happy that they had underdone it. They got so much mobility back. I don't know as much about Mr. Scratch's surgery, but I have high faith that it's going to work out well, and everything will be great on the other side as the recovery progresses. So we will go with that. Let's go find somebody fun to raid, and we'll see you again real soon for some more streaming adventures. Until then, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.